Day 3 of championship weekend. The 3A Baseball State Championship is upon us. It's the Pirates and Mustangs from Bear Country as we welcome you to Bear Stadium. I'm JB Brazil alongside Bobby Swafford. Bobby, it's always fun. It's the final day, starting to heat up a little bit. 3A title game, two teams looking to punch their ticket and win a state title for the first time in a while.
The Gosnell trying to get their first title in 34 years. These kids were just a figment of their parents' imagination way back then. 1990 was the last time that this championship with the Northeast Arkansas, of course, the Pirates, trying to change that today.
They got a guy on the bump. Their ace, Trent Middleton. They're going to lean on him to get the job done.
Yeah, he's a two-way player. His offensive stats are through the roof, 449 average, but you're exactly right. What he does on the mound is going to be most important. You see what he did in the state tournament on the season, though. 8-3 record, a 1.57 ERA, but 115 strikeouts and just 71 innings of work. He is a high-volume strikeout pitcher, and he's going to need to have his A game today if he wants to take on an explosive CAC offense.
That CAC offense has not won a state title since 2009, and they got a guy who is red hot at the plate in Webb Watson.
Watson is almost automatic to reach base every other time he steps to the plate in the state tournament. How about 2 out of 3 times? 8 for 11, 3 RBIs last week in the state tournament for the season, hitting .475. So every other time he's up there at the dish, he's knocking in runs, 18 of them to be exact. He scored 26 runs. He finds ways to get on base. He sets the table for this Mustang offense.
Central Arkansas Christian, they will be the home team. I like the cream tops, the purple numerals in lettering. They're 17-5 on the year. The Gosnell Pirates, they're 27-3 on the year. They're the visiting team. This is a Pirates team that got knocked out by Harding Academy 1-0 2 years ago, late in postseason. They wanted revenge. Well, hey, that's what got them and propelled them to get here. Both teams got their hands full. This should really set up for a good matchup.
Yeah, you may be asking yourselves, where is that Harding Academy team, the 3-time defending state champion, not playing today because of what Gosnell did in the state tournament. A 9-6 victory in the second round that got the Pirates to the semifinals, and then they take down their rival Rivercrest in the semifinals to punch their ticket to the state championship game. So that's how Gosnell got to this point, the third place out of the third seed out of the region. Pretty impressive run in the state tournament for the Pirates and their head coach Aaron Coots, and that's why they get the chance to play for it all today.
Well, day 3 means that we've already had some conclusions in the previous 2 days. Here's a look at what has happened before us. The very first game of the baseball state championship weekend was Taylor and Westside. The Tigers, a three-peat as they knocked off the Eagles, and they really dominated, really from the onset. And then in the afternoon game, Prairie Grove Robinson, both teams were trying to win their first ever state title in school history. You and I had the call on that. Tigers, it was really a good game till the very end. Tigers just had a lot late punches late.
Yeah, Prairie Grove found a way to push 3 across in the late innings, and they win that one 5-2. And then yesterday, for the 7th time in state finals history, Springdale Harbor throws a combined no-hitter. Not a one you see every day. 13 walks that Harbor issued against the Rogers squad, but the Mountaineers could not put together a hit, and that's how Harbor wins a second consecutive state championship. And then last night, the 5A title game in front of a packed stadium that you could not find a seat, could not find a parking place here on campus. Unfortunately, got postponed due to lightning. So that 5A championship game is going to be played tomorrow, 2 o'clock. So that's going to be a Sunday afternoon tilt for the final championship of the weekend.
But we're just about set here. Caleb Cook, the starter for CAC. It's ace on ace. Cook against Middleton. And here's the lineup for Gosnell to face off against Caleb Cook. Then to get on him early and often because Cook's got some really good numbers.
They do, and they've got some stout bats in up the order. Whitehead, Stewart, Middleton are going to lead it off for Gosnell. You're talking about averages of 271, 358, and 450. So get on base, set the table early for Gosnell. See if you can push a run across, because you never know how teams and high school pitchers are going to handle the moment and the stress of playing in a state championship game.
Trying to jump on Cook early and often, if at all possible. As we take a look here closer to first pitch, 73 degrees around that here at game time, 68 here a little bit earlier. It's going to be a beautiful day for baseball. That wind makes it feel like 73. This is perfect weather for a state title game.
Couldn't ask for much more. Obviously, it's the complete opposite of what we had last night with rain and lightning in the area. It's going to be warm. It's going to be humid today, but a perfect day in late, I guess you call this mid to late May here in Central Arkansas. But more importantly, a trophy is on the line.
Well, Caleb Cook, he's 9-0 on the year. He's got a .78 ERA through 53 innings pitched. His walks to strikeout ratio are unreal. 68 Ks, only 8 free passes. If he throws with some consistency and pounds the zone, he should see good results. But these Gosnell bats are no slouches.
We're going to see Connor Whitehead step in, 271, 28 walks drawn as well. So he finds a way to get on base. If he gets on the base path, look out for him to run. He's got 15 stolen bases on the year as well.
He has not been caught stealing all year long. Cook takes the bump, looks for his sign. Whitehead steps in. The signal's been given by Justin Allen, the home plate umpire, and we are underway. 10:08 at first pitch as that one missed up and away. We're glad you're with us here on a beautiful Saturday morning as Cook finds the strike zone on the second pitch to even things up.
How does he settle in? Cook, of course, got to find the strike zone, establish himself early and often.
There's a chopper to the left side of the infield. Shortstop. Welsh with a throw, gets away, and the leadoff batter will reach Middleton. Puts the ball in play, and good things happen.
That's where you have to find out where the speed is sometimes going to alter the way the defense plays. Whitehead, as we mentioned in the start, has 15 stolen bases, quick out of the box. Not great contact there, but the shortstop kind of rushes the throw, and the speed allows Whitehead to reach first base.
So Whitehead, the base, puts the ball in play, gets aboard. Stewart to follow, then Middleton. So Middleton batting in the 3 spot. The first pitch to Stewart misses upstairs. This is big for Cook to see how he responds after giving up the base runner. A lot of times as a pitcher, you know you're amped up. Big swing and a miss to Chad Stewart, the Gosnell catcher.
Yeah, also sometimes as a pitcher, you have to kind of calm yourself down after you get a ground ball. You think you're going to get it out to start the game. Sometimes the defense doesn't come through for you. You got to shake off that air behind you and go ahead and continue to pound the zone.
Stewart takes upstairs. He's a .358 hitter. He's a switch hitter. Primarily swings from the left side just due to the fact that he faces a lot of righties in high school ball, but he's committed to play at Eastern Oklahoma State. And he rips this one to the right side, could be 2. They go to second for 1, relay to first. Got him, bang, bang on the double play, but Lane Bourne to Mason Welsh and Harry Richmond as they turn the 4-6-3 double play.
Talk about letting your defense pick up themselves after the error by Welsh. They quickly turn that 4-6-3 double play, and this is how the CAC defense lines up. They go Rice, Wilson, Watson on the outside. Sargent, Welsh, Bourne, Richmond on the infield.
Swinging first pitch is Middleton and a base knock to center field. That's the game's first hit as Middleton squared up a fastball.
Sitting dead red on the fastball, first pitch swing, and you can see this Gosnell team's wanting to attack early. They're not sitting back and letting that pitch count get too high. If they see something over the heart of the plate, they're going to attack, and Middleton just sends that one back right from which it came.
Middleton's a really good hitter. He's the starting pitcher for Gosnell, but a .449 average, 2 for 10 in the state tournament. Stepping in will be the cleanup hitter now, Kason Newsom. A .345 batting average, 29 runs knocked in. He's a 4-year starter. Goes opposite field, base knock, right side. Back-to-back singles for Gosnell, and they've got a little something brewing.
Clearly the pregame warm-up in the Walmart parking lot of playing wiffle ball is working for Gosnell. Again, a first pitch swinging. You almost have to look, see if you're Cook, okay, you know that they're going to be so aggressive. Try to get them to chase something out of the zone early in the count, which is the complete opposite of what you've always been taught growing up, is throw strike 1. But you got a team that's this aggressive, maybe try to get them to chase.
Chase Perkins will step in now for the Pirates, a .309 guy. 33 runs driven in. That's a team lead. He's a guy that's been a run producer all year long.
I like the idea of starting him with a breaking ball as well. Maybe slow down the bat just a little bit. Now he's ahead 0-2.
It's good attack there from Cook. Curveball back-to-back off speed. That one fouled off. Chase Perkins, a sophomore that started as a freshman last year. He's dyed his hair blonde here for the state title game. Teammates call him Eminem. He'll have to protect, though, against Cook. The 0-2 just inside. Good take. Not a bad pitch from Cook either.
Yeah, after back-to-back breaking balls, he starts that fastball bottom of the zone, tries to get him to chase, but Perkins not having it.
Pirates trying to strike first. They got the first base runner aboard, but a double play erased it. Then back-to-back singles as Perkins takes low.
Big spot here in the first inning. 2 on, 2 out. Of course, Coke would like to see it end this damage before Gosnell can get any more damage on the path.
2-2's lifted into center field. Towards the gap, Wilson over, calls off his right fielder. Watson makes the catch, and Cook works around the 2 singles. The Mustangs put a 0 up on the defensive side. Their bats come to the plate. When we come back, you're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
During the past year, we've been traversing the natural state with our cinematic drone. From lakes and rivers, waterfalls, scenic byways, mountains, swamps, overlooks, and towering rock formations. This unique documentation of all 4 seasons from all 4 corners of the state with an aerial cinematic perspective will give you, the viewer, an Arkansas adventure like never before, exploring Arkansas from above.
Download the PBS video app or watch online.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
1, 2, 3, turn it up! Whoa. It's going up in here! Let's go!
Welcome back to Bear Stadium on the campus of the University of Central Arkansas. Our second look at Trent Middleton. He was at the plate earlier. He's on the bump today. The starter, the righty's got really, really good numbers. Middleton, a 1.57 ERA. Through 71 1/3 innings pitched, 115 strikeouts. Here's the offensive lineup that he will face against the Mustangs. It'll be Lane Bourne, the leadoff hitter, playing second base. Webb Watson, Harrison Richmond, the first 3. Sargent, Bingenheimer, and Welsh will be the middle third of the order. And then Cook, Otis, and Wilson round out the offensive lineup for the Mustangs. Jaden Rice will play left field defensively and will not bat.
It'll be interesting to see how they match up with Middleton, a high-volume strikeout pitcher, 115 punch-outs on the season. Do they go out with the aggressive approach like we saw Gosnell come out in the top half of the first inning, or do they sit back and kind of see the stuff that Middleton's going to offer to them?
So Gosnell won a state title all the way back in 1990. The pitcher, Trent Middleton, his father was a part of that state title team that won it on this very day 34 years ago. Middleton hoping to lead his team and repeat history as he delivers a strike to Lane Bourne.
You just can't make that stuff up. Sports is the best dramatic series. You can have your bravos all you want. And I have to watch a lot of that at home because of the other half.
Right.
But I'd rather have this reality TV.
No kidding. This is awesome stuff. Storylines are in abundance. Is this a pop-up foul from Bourne? Left side, third base, nearing the dugout, and it's a nice play from Rylan Jenkins for the first out of the home half of the first.
That's not as an easy a play as he made it look. Sometimes when you're playing on the field for the first time, you don't know where that dugout is, where that barrier is. Does a nice job kind of locate where he is on the field, look up, make the play. Of course, we got a high sky, a lot of sunshine. Got to locate the baseball. Sometimes it's not very easy when you've got not many clouds in the sky.
So here's a guy, Webb Watson, a guy we highlighted before the game. Watson is on an absolute tear, 8 for 11 in the state tournament. He's on a 10-game on-base streak, a 5-game hitting streak. Leads the team with that .475 average. Takes a strike there on the inner half. He's got 1 home run on the year. That was on May 9th in the first round of the state tournament, a 2-run bomb against the Elks of Elkins. He's got some pop from that left side. It's a high looping curveball. What do you do with that? My goodness, for strike 2.
600 on-base percentage, but maybe what impresses me the most, he's only struck out 6 times this year in 80 plate appearances. He's a player that can put the bat on the ball and put it in play.
Watson, the Memphis Tiger commit. He's by far the best hitter on the team. Coach Cruz spoke highly of his outfielder. Said he can hit it to all fields. Can play right field, can also play infield if needed. Looking to protect with a 2-2 count. Middleton trying to get a really tough out. He's not a guy you're going to strike out very often. He's going to put the ball in place. You got to be careful not to give him something to drive.
Again, just the 6 strikeouts this year. Nice take there as that one breaks just too late, stays up and out of the zone.
Watson works the payoff. Middleton, the high looping curve stays up. Not a bad miss, but Watson draws the free pass, and he's been on base 11 straight games consecutively. He's a tough out.
Back-to-back breaking balls at the top of the zone from Middleton, trying to get Watson the chase. And good plate discipline there by the left-handed hitter. Lays off both, earns himself his 17th free pass of the season.
So now CAC has their first base runner aboard, Harrison Richmond. Teammates call him Harry. CAC first baseman standing in the 3-hole, and he takes a fastball up and away. Richmond on the year, a .418 guy. He's got 1 home run, 23 runs driven in, leads the team in runs produced. Hit a home run back on April 9th against Mayflower, solo bomb.
It's a big park here at Central Arkansas. You're really going to have to get a hold of one to drive one out. Right fielders, well, a lot of their fly balls just go to die in left field because it's a deep part over there at 330. If you're going to sneak one out, it's down the right field line, 310 into the bullpen.
It's certainly a pitcher's park as Middleton checks on Watson at first base. But if you're going to get one, unless you absolutely demolish it, your best opportunity is to pull it pull side as a left-handed hitter down the right field line. Richmond with a 1-1 strike on the upper outer part of the zone. Not a bad take there for Richmond. Not much he was going to be able to do with that. Nice location for Middleton.
You see Richmond really gets down, squats deep into his stance, trying to shorten that strike zone as much as he can.
But it doesn't matter. Swing and a miss. Middleton with the fastball, the juice, and Richmond's down on strikes.
Punch out number 116 on the season. He elevates the eye level on the previous pitch, and that time he goes low and outside, and Richmond just can't catch up to it, can't get out there far enough. Gets him to chase one out of the zone. Big strikeout there for out number 2.
You could tell when Richmond, he was choking up on the bat a good bit. Middleton pitched away with a little bit of run. It just felt like Richmond didn't have enough barrel to work with. Kate Sargent, the cleanup batter, stands in. 338 hitter, 17 RBIs. Coach says he's got a really great eye at the plate, doesn't chase many pitches. Sargent's a guy that turned the double play in the semis to send the Mustangs to the state title game. That was in a high pressure situation. Runner at first base, 2 gone. Middleton delivers. Swing and a miss. They snap back behind Watson at first, and he'll move up to second on the throw. That's what kind of speed Watson's got. You think you got him hung out. He just takes off running.
A great job by Watson just to show the decisiveness. He fakes like he's going to run, so they try to pick behind, and he immediately just bolts for second base, puts the head down, and reaches safely without a throw.
That's the high baseball IQ. You got to have a good throw to first base. If it's offline at all, Watson's speed, it's too much. And now the Mustangs, like the Pirates, have a runner in scoring position, and they're opening it back.
Kane Sargent going to be tasked with driving him in. He had 1 RBI on a 2-for-9 effort in the state tournament.
These Mustang bats, they're seeing the ball very well. Multiple hits up and down the lineup through the state tournament. 1-2, checked his swing. Did he hold up? They appeal. And he was able to hold up on the high cheese. That was close.
338 average on the season, 17 runs batted in. A big spot here with 2 down in the first.
2 balls and 2 strikes to the Mustang third baseman. With both of these pitchers, runs are going to be hard to come by. Try to knock them in when you can. Curveball. Half-hearted swing, little check swing, and it's pounced foul.
Tried to check himself up, but could not hold. Fortunately for him, that one bounces down towards his head coach in the third base box.
And you know, sometimes, depending on what the third baseman is, some of those little half-hearted swings can kind of land in no man's land, but it's certainly not what you want to try to do. He was just trying to make contact and did a nice job to stay alive against Middleton. Trying to get a pitch that he can drive and put the Mustangs on the board. Swing and Middleton with 2 strikeouts in the inning, and the high heater, too much for Kate Sargent. We're scoreless after 1 from Conway. You're watching the 3A Centennial Bank State Baseball Championship on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Arkansas PBS needs to add 2,500 new members by June 30th. If we succeed, we receive a gift of $45,000. We are just over halfway there, but with less than 2 months remaining, we need your help. If you're already a member, thank you. If you're not, your donation moves us one step closer to that $45,000 gift. Visit myarkansaspbs.org and donate today.
Looks like we have some new help in the marketing department.
Action! Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Buick GMC. I think you need to work on your line better. How about you do it? Family owned, customer friendly. Family owned, no friendly. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at Alcoa exit. Buckle up, everybody!
We never gonna stop. We never gonna stop.
The Arkansas Department of Health is proud to support, spotlight, and celebrate Arkansas student-athletes and Arkansas PBS Sports. Escape the vape. Learn more about the hazards of vaping at projectpreventsar.org.
Well, Gosnell's head coach, Aaron Coots, at the helm of the Pirates. A graduate from Westside Jonesboro, played 4 years at Curley's Ridge. As a matter of fact, he was a banker at Regions for 5 years, and he was trying to figure out what he wanted to do. He applied for the head baseball job at Gosnell, didn't get it. 2 weeks later, the head football coach asked him to come on as an assistant, and then, what do you know, later that year, he's the head baseball coach.
Sometimes all it takes is handling other people's money to realize that you don't really like handling other people's money. Go out and try to make some of your own.
His mom's been a teacher for 25 years, and she was a huge catalyst in orchestrating all of that. Top of the second inning, Rylan Jenkins, the Pirates' third baseman, due up. Jenkins, Wrinkles, and Glentborg. Blake Brothers bats if anyone reaches, as Cook out for his second inning work. Jenkins has had a really good state tournament. 3 for 11 with 3 runs driven in. Jenkins is committed to play basketball. Going to Williams Baptist. He's a darn good baseball player as well. 2-2 curveball, skied into center field. It's a no-fly zone. Where's it going to land? Towards second base. It'll be Lane Bourne that makes the catch for the Mustangs. So now Ryan Wrinkles, the Pirates shortstop, steps in. Wrinkles, a .291 hitter, 23 runs driven in out of that 7 spot. 3 for 8 in the state tournament. He's on a 6-game on-base streak. That's the largest on the team. And he's their closer. He would likely come in if Middleton runs into any troubles. He closed out the win against Rivercrest and Harding Academy. Trying to do some damage here at the plate with a 1-1 count.
A .291 average. Bottom third of the lineup, and he wears that one. He's drawn 19 walks, and just to find a way to get on base, to take that base runner any way you can. Now we'll maybe see if they try to put him in motion. 18 stolen bases, which is tops of the team.
Speed there at the bottom part of the lineup. Now it just came up and in too far. So the Pirates have now had a base runners aboard in back-to-back innings. Grant Glentborg, the Pirate right fielder, steps in. 300 average. He's a freshman. And he's only started for 3 to 4 weeks, but he hits a ground ball to short. Bobbled by Welsh, and he won't have a play. It wasn't hit quite sharply enough, perhaps, to turn 2, but Welsh certainly wants to get that lead out.
He was trying to turn that double play, as you mentioned, not hit sharply, so he knew he'd have to be perfect in turning that Maybe tried to start the throw a little before he got that ball into his glove and goes underneath it. Second error of the day by the CAC shortstop, and now Gosnell has some trouble stirring. There were 2 on and 1 out in the second.
Big swing from Blake Brothers after the error, and you could tell Welsh is a very good defensive player. Uncharacteristic, just took his eyes off the ball, trying to make a really big play, and it turns into problems. So the Pirates again have runners at first and second in back-to-back innings. Cook quickly gets ahead 0-2 on another swing and miss.
He was able to get a double play ball after the error in the first inning. He's going to be looking for much of the same here in the second.
Brothers 4 for 10 with 6 RBIs in the state tournament, but he'll have to protect.
You have to stay within yourself, though, if you're Cook here for CAC. Sometimes if your defense boots a couple behind you, you feel like you've got to do all the work yourself. To stay within yourself and trust your defense as the runners go.
Swing and a miss, trying to pull a double steal, and it pays off. Brothers can't connect, so he'll be out number 2, but the Pirates have 2 in scoring position now for the top of the lineup.
I like the idea of putting the runners in motion. Try to stay out of that double play ball. Of course, a lot of bad things can happen, but only the bad thing there. Brothers goes down swinging. Now Whitehead, top of the order for Gosnell, have a chance to drive into.
Whitehead reached on an error his first time up, first batter of the contest. Was able to reach, but he was erased on a double play by Stewart. Good location from Cook. Fastball outer half for a strike.
If Cook can live there, he's going to have a really successful day at the plate.
Connor Whitehead. Been starting since he was a 9th grader. Swings and drives that one to left. Deep. Rice going back. It's over his head. It'll go to the wall. A 2-run double for Connor Whitehead. And the Pirates strike first.
Just solid contact there. That pitch got too much of the plate, and Whitehead stayed down and threw it and drives it out in the left field. We saw kind of a roundabout route by the left fielder for CAC. Kind of misplayed it off the bat, came in and circled around and couldn't get back to the wall and make that play. Lands behind him, and 2 runs come around to score for the Pirates.
That ball hit too near one of the deepest parts of the ballpark, 370. If he pulls that down the left field line, that's a 3-run no-doubter.
Error comes back to haunt CAC. They pitched around it in the first inning, couldn't do so here in the second.
Well, that swing by Whitehead, though, that was pure. I mean, you could tell he got all of that one. Hanging curveball. Cook left that bender a little bit too much over the plate. And here's Chad Stewart coming to Eastern Oklahoma State.
Trivia question. Where is that located and what is their mascot?
Oh, goodness.
I'm not even going to make you answer. It's in Wilburton, Oklahoma. You're correct. They are the Mountaineers playing the old Bi-State Conference.
Well, I was drawing a blank for a second, and then they're good JUCO school.
Very good program. And their former catchers playing for the Razorbacks right now.
Two balls and 1 strike to Chad Stewart. Now that catcher, you put me on the spot here. There's a couple. Is it Roland?
It is.
Okay. Wow.
Parker Roland. You are on your A game today.
The 2-1 missing up and away. And it was Hudson White. I know he's from Texas Tech, and then we've got a few others, but. And then Ryder's an Arkansas product.
That's right.
From the state of Arkansas. 3-1 count to Chad Stewart. He'll have to dig in. Cook, good challenge fastball. Stewart unable to connect, and the count's full. Whitehead at second with a 2-run double. He's trying to swipe third, up and away, ball 4, and he swipes the bag. Chad Stewart reaching on the free pass, but Whitehead's over at third. He stole that off the pitcher.
I've always liked when runners go on full counts, and especially when you're going from second to third, because a lot of time the catcher will freeze, automatically thinking, okay, it's a dead ball. It's just a natural reaction because, of course, they draw the walk. The batter's going to trot to first base. Sometimes you can steal an extra 90 by doing that. Really heads-up play by Whitehead.
Yeah, just really great coaching as well. I don't know about you, but Aaron Kuntz, a banker, I think he's found his calling.
No doubt.
He's a darn good baseball coach. Curveball to the 3-hole hitter, Trent Middleton, a chance to help himself out a little bit more. His bottom of his lineup doing some work, but Connor Whitehead really picking his team up on his shoulders and driving in 2. The ASU Mid-South commit and Middleton Pops this one up. Foul side of first, and it'll get out of play. It's a beautiful day at Bear Stadium. A great crowd on hand between the Pirates and Mustangs. Gosnell coming up from the northeast part of the state. Central Arkansas Christian, well, from Central Arkansas, not too far away.
Right down the interstates, slash between Maumelle and North Little Rock. I believe it's a North Little Rock address, but you can really go either way with it. It's about a driver and a pitching wedge away from the Arkansas River. The way you hit it in the 4-iron.
Yeah, that's about right. That's about right.
If you're wondering, ASU Mid-South is in West Memphis, and they're the Greyhounds.
Boy, you got some vast knowledge there. Did you get that mascot?
I have not. I've not had the pleasure of going out there.
Curveball misses low to Middleton. Runners at second now after the swipe there, so a base hit drives in 2 runs. Likely if Middleton's able to get a hold of one. Cook trying to dance around further damage. Middleton just missed that. Got a good swing, but just a bit underneath, fouls it back. That's a pitch that Cook's got to be careful with, hanging that curveball. Middleton waits. Cook, the 2-2, line drive, left center, base hit, and 2 more come around to score. Middleton delivers. It's a 4-run second for the Pirates as they continue to jump out in front.
Anytime you give a good team, a good offense, extra opportunities, they're going to make you pay. And you forget the error which allowed the first 2 runners to reach in this inning has certainly come back to haunt CAC Gosnell, putting the bat on the ball, putting a lot of pressure on Cook in this Central Arkansas Christian squad.
Caleb Cook, a sub-1 ERA. All 4 of these runs are unearned due to that error. Coach Cruz is going to come out and have a conversation with his pitcher Cook, and you can't blame Cook. He's pitched well. It's just a couple of errors have come back to bite him.
Just have to settle the nerves. Sometimes it's self-inflicted wounds that come back to haunt you, and that's certainly where we're at with CAC. There's a ton of baseball left to be played, but Gosnell, a team that's the 3 seed in the state tournament, is continuing to put pressure on, and that's what they've done throughout this postseason. A 4-1 win, over Harmony Grove. We talked about the win at the top over Harding Academy, 9-6, and then they put up a 10 spot against Rivercrest in the semifinals. So if you give them chances, especially extra opportunities, they have the firepower to make you pay.
Here's a guy who's already singled today, Kason Newsom. 1 for 1 with that single back in the first. It was back-to-back hits. Middleton's now 2 for 2 on the day, and there's a chopper to the left side of the mound. Cook's off the bump. His throw to first in time to end the inning, but not before Gosnell puts 4 on the board. They take the lead. Mustangs trying to bounce back as we head to the bottom of the second. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
What makes a dairy bar different from other food establishments? Here in Arkansas, it describes a whole selection of restaurants we love. It's a location that serves ice cream, burgers, or hot dogs, some having been in existence 50 years or more. Come travel with me on a culinary itinerary of Arkansas dairy bars.
Download the PBS video app or watch online.
I'll do whatever it takes to protect my family. And part of taking care of them is using a bank that takes care of us. That's why I use Centennial Bank, a strong institution for an uncertain economy. I know them and I trust them. They have a strong financial foundation, which means that my money and our future is never in doubt. Life is busy, and there's plenty of things to worry about. My bank isn't one of them.
Centennial Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Conway Regional Health System is proud to support, spotlight, and celebrate Arkansas student-athletes and Arkansas PBS sports. Since 1921, Conway Regional Health System has provided complete health care services to the growing communities of North Central Arkansas. For more info, just visit conwayregional.org.
Well, Central Arkansas Christian has dug a hole early. They trail 4-0. Pirates making the Mustangs pay on a couple of errors. The big one there in that second inning as we take a look at the Mustangs head skipper, Coach Cruz. He's a CAC graduate, is Coach Cruz over at third base. Actually, the athletic director, he was a part of the 2004 state title team, was a head baseball coach in 2017-18, stepped aside, took over as the AD, and then this December, the baseball coach stepped down. Coach Cruz took the reins, and what do you know, he's taking them to the state title game.
Pretty successful run this season for the Mustangs of CAC. Football team made it to the quarterfinals. Basketball team wins a state championship. Baseball team here in the finals. And oh, by the way, they've got their boys and girls soccer team playing for a state championship this afternoon across the street over in Estes Stadium. 2 and 4 o'clock, by the way, if you want to come out and make it.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I'll tell you right now, Cruz has got some success across the athletic program right now for the Mustangs. That's pretty impressive. Middleton out for his second inning of work. It's Jack Bingenheimer, Mason Welsh, and Caleb Cook. Nathan Otis bats if anyone reaches. Bingenheimer, a .393 hitter. He spot played until about 3 weeks ago, goes opposite field, a backhand by the shortstop, wrinkles, and his throw gets him at first base. That was a nice defensive play by the Pirate shortstop.
Yeah, nice throw across the diamond, but also really impressive stretch by Newsom over at first base. Might have short hopped just a little bit, but extends out, makes the play, keeps the foot on the bag. First out of the inning.
So here's Mason Welsh. Defensively, he's been a little frustrated. He'd love to find a way to make up for it a little bit. Here at the plate, Welsh, a .297 hitter. 17 runs driven, and he's 4 for 10 in the state tournament.
One good swing of the bat can help erase those defensive woes here for CAC.
He gets a big cut there to even the count. Not cheated on that swing, but you're right. And he's a defender that does not make a lot of miscues, but the one costly one in the second's the difference right now. All 4 runs that crossed for Gosnell unearned. But although they're unearned on the stat sheet, they certainly earned them with their swings. A couple of curveballs. That ball that was hit by Connor Whitehead, there's a lot of parks that ball's gone. Here is the pitcher's park, and it two-hopped the wall.
Just put the ball in play, put pressure on the opposing team. That's kind of been lost at the high level. You see more and more strikeouts at the big league level. Just put the ball in play, put a lot of pressure on your opponent. So find a way to get on base, just like Welsh does there as he draws the walk. And now added pressure of throwing out of the stretch instead of the windup. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, Mason Welsh at first base, you'd love to see him find a way to contribute on the base pass too. He's got good speed, the shortstop. You'd love to see him work that count, get on base. Second base runner of the game for CAC, Caleb Cook, the Mustang pitcher, stepping in, a .293 guy. And he stands in. One ball, no strikes from Middleton. And he takes a fastball right down Grand Central for strike one.
Middleton has the luxury of really settling in now, doesn't have to worry about nibbling corners. When you have a 4-0 lead and you're on the mound, you can be a little more aggressive in a pounding the strike zone and make the hitters beat you.
There's a jam shot, bounced or lined foul backwards. 1-2, so now Cook will have to protect with Nathan Otis in the on-deck circle.
A lot of arm side run on that fastball. That was really bearing down on Cook.
Yeah, Middleton's got good stuff. And I guarantee you when you pitch with a lead, you can relax a little bit more and throw what you want. Curveball, ring him up. The bender Jr. catches Cook looking for out number 2.
That's an unfair duo between those two pitches. You hammer a hitter and Cook really hard and inside with the fastball, and all of a sudden you bend to Uncle Charlie perfectly placed right at the knees, and he just caught him staring at it.
Boy, the emphasis by our home plate umpire, Justin Allen, he made sure.
That's starting to chainsaw right there, really revving it up.
No kidding. Our umpiring crew, Justin Allen behind the dish. Jake Gann is our first base umpire, and then John Duncan will be patrolling things over at third base. Congratulations to those 3 men, earning their spot in this 3A state title crew. Nathan Otis, a 305 hitter standing in, got a hitter's count right now. He's second on the team with 22 runs driven in, has a home run against Maumelle Charter back on March 28th. It's a really good catcher. Coach Cruz talked about Otis, says he's one of the only catchers that calls his own game. He trusts him to call the game. Behind the dish, Otis, a veteran senior. You got to be able to see and know the game well to be able to call it.
Not only that, you got to have a lot of confidence in your team as a coach to allow your catcher to call a game as that one gets away from him.
The pass ball is going to allow Welsh to move to second base. And so Otis, a chance to put the Mustangs on the board. CAC's had runner at second base now in back-to-back innings. Trying to draw that run across if they can. Otis with a 3-0 count, likely taking. Then he takes high for ball 4, so runners at first and second now as Grayson Wilson, you know the name, a chance to drive in a run or 2.
Yeah, big time recruit as far as the football is concerned, committed to Arkansas to play quarterback, also an integral member of that Central Arkansas Christian State Championship basketball team. Going to have a mound visit to settle him down after 2 walks issued here in the second inning. But Grayson Wilson is going to stride in a big bat and a big spot here for the Mustangs.
They'll get a courtesy runner over at first base for Otis. Jason Hunt, the junior, will come on to run over at first base. You can have a courtesy runner for your pitchers and catchers. But here's Grayson Wilson, got the big frame. Boy, he's looking to break out. He's 2 for 5 in this state tournament, so he's seeing the ball well. A 256 hitter, only 12 runs driven in. But he was an integral part of them making it here. Pitched in the Genoa Central game and was able to win a close one for the Mustangs.
Really patient at the plate, too. 18 walks drawn this season. Of course, he got a late start. He's only played an 18 contest season because the basketball season went into the second week of March.
That's right. And although his average might be a little bit lower, he's got an on-base percentage of right around 500, so he finds a way to get on. It's tough to do much there as that high looping curveball paints the outer black, and Wilson's going to have to protect down 0-2.
I know it's early in this contest, just the second inning, but this feels like a big moment for CAC. Have to take advantage of these runners on base, especially those once you get in scoring position.
Curveball bouncing down and away. Good take from Wilson. Middleton trying to get the swing and miss stuff. Bingenheimer led off the inning with a ground ball to short, a walk to Welsh. Cook struck out looking, and then Otis walked. Hunt, a courtesy runner in for him, but it won't matter. Wilson swings and misses. Middleton shoving through the second. We head to the top of the third. It's the Pirates up 4-0. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
I need you to see something. So pleased to hear that.
Finally, some good news. Some people spend a lifetime trying to find someone like you. This is a future we are more than happy to embrace.
I've never felt a love so strong in my entire life.
I promise you, this is something that they're not going to be able to ignore.
We loved it.
Attention sports enthusiasts. Get ready to be amazed by Summerwood Sports Complex, the new state-of-the-art facility in Bryant. Our facility offers up to 4 courts spread across 2 spacious gyms, conveniently located off Interstate 30 in Bryant. Whether you're a team seeking tournament glory or an individual looking to elevate your skills, Summerwood Sports has got you covered. Discover more about our cutting-edge facility and check availability at summerwoodsports.com.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, through their 17 electric distribution cooperatives throughout the state, is proud to support, spotlight, and celebrate Arkansas student athletes and Arkansas PBS Sports. For more information, just visit aecc.com.
Well, it's been a fun early morning for baseball. Gosnell's got a lot to cheer about. 4-0. They scored all 4 runs back in the second inning. A couple of big hits from Connor Whitehead and Trent Middleton. It'll be Chase Perkins, the 5-hole hitter, due up, though, here in the third against Caleb Cook, out for his third inning of work. Perkins, Jenkins, and Wrinkles scheduled in.
Perkins, the only Pirate not to at bat in the second inning. They sent 8 to the plate. 4 of those came across to score.
Perkins has got a really good bat. He's good out there in center field as well. But he has struggled at the plate, at least in the state tournament, only 1 for 10. And he's a guy that Coach talks about with a .309 average. If he gets going, watch out. He sends this one on a high fly near center field, but it will be on the infield as Lane Bourne, the second baseman for the Mustangs, makes the catch.
Scott underneath that one just a little too much. Really good swing, but some late movement. Dipped the bat just a too much. 0 for 2 now is Perkins.
So now Rylan Jenkins, the Pirates' third baseman, steps in, and Cook just missed high.
Saw Jenkins give up on that one really early in the bat, and that one dipped down, almost caught the top of the zone.
Jenkins 0 for 1. He popped up to second his first time up, and he takes a strike at the knees to even the count.
That's really tough there, combination. You go breaking ball top of the zone, then fastball right at the kneecaps.
Chopper to the right side. Who wants it? First baseman Richmond will flip to Cook, covering 3-1 on the putout, and 2 are gone.
Really nice job by fielding your position. That's what you have to do if you want to be a successful pitcher. Gets the ground ball, gets over and covers the bag. Nice throw from his first baseman. Quickly 2 down here in the third, which is really what CAC needs. Get that offense back into the dugout, back to the plate.
So Ryan Wrinkles will stand in with the bases empty and 2 gone. Pirates shortstop was hit by a pitch his first time up. He was the first base runner to reach an inning ago and ended up scoring the first run of the contest.
Big healthy swing there. We've seen Gosnell be really aggressive early in at bats today.
Aggressive is right on cue as Wrinkles waves and misses at the high fastball. He's in the hole.
Haven't seen really too many deep counts. Only 1 walk issued for Cook up to this point.
0-2, swing and a miss. Caleb Cook fired up, and he works a 1-2-3 frame. He's hoping that leads his team and sparks the offense as we head to the bottom of the third. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car, to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Let me take you for a ride on the baseline.
Support for Arkansas PBS Sports comes from Wendy's. Wendy's Cinnabon Pull-Apart and Vanilla Frosty Cream Cold Brew is available today at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Oh, man. Bobby, don't do that to me. That sounds great. Salivating over here.
Can you wipe the drool off the microphone, please?
Oh, goodness. Bottom of the third's upon us. J.B. Brazil alongside Bobby Swafford. Go get some Wendy's if you got some time before contest today. I know I might be doing so.
Get some downtime after these games.
It's 4-0 Gosnell. CAC stepping to the plate, though, for the third time. Their second time through the lineup now is Lane Bourne, top of the lineup, due up. Webb Watson and Harrison Richmond, with Kate Sargent batting if anyone reaches.
Big breaking ball there to start Bourne, who popped out to third his first attempt.
Bourne fooled on that bender. Swings and was unable to hold up on that. Middleton's curveball is just so hard to pick up. It's got a late bite. He's fooled a lot of hitters, so now Bourne chokes up 0-2. Fastball. Got it in, got a turn on it. Could be trouble. It's pushing foul down the line. Shortstop can't make the catch. Coming over the oopsie by Ryan Wrinkles, and Lane Bourne will have new life.
Now that one's kind of the no man's land, the Bermuda Triangle, if you will, out there behind third into foul territory. Third baseman, shortstop, and left fielder all converging, but not able to get back there fast enough and make the play.
And I agree wholeheartedly. That's not an easy play. I think Ryan Wrinkles, though, if you asked him, that's a play that he thinks he can make. And goodness, if you're Lane Bourne, you got to do something with his new life. Middleton trying to put him away. 0-2, high curve, stays tall. He's been close with those high ones, and I think it's really messed with the hitters a little bit, because a lot of times as a pitcher, you're going to throw that curveball down and away to get swing and miss. He's got bite from the top down, and it stays near the strike zone. 1-2 fastball. That's not fair. Blows it past him, and Bourne's down on strikes.
We've seen both of these starting pitchers, Middleton and Cook, kind of try that high breaking ball. And I think the ballpark is really allowing the pitchers to do that, because more times than not, as you just mentioned, you don't want to leave that breaking ball up in the zone as the fastball just blows by Bourne. But because you've got a big yard, it's tough to get the ball out of the park here at Bear Field and UCA. You can leave that breaking ball up a little bit more because you don't have to worry about it leaving the park.
Here's a guy you can't leave the ball up too often, though, because Webb Watson, the Memphis commit, might be the best raw hitter in the ballpark today. 8 for 11 in the state tournament. Walked his first time up. He's the spark plug that they need. Takes that one down and away.
CAC has shown good patience. Middleton already at 45 pitches, and we're still in the third. Issued 3 walks, but he has struck out 5. So that's something to keep an eye on, even though Middleton's cruising right now. It looks like that pitch count's starting to get a little high.
Webb Watson, the 4-year starter, a huge basketball star as well, part of that state title team back in the spring. Webb Watson will have to protect now against Middleton. 1-2 count.
That's what you have to do with these smaller schools. Of course, 3A, the smaller classifications, you got to have some multi-sport athletes.
Watson drives that one to deep right field, but the ballpark will hold it. Grant Glentborg is back near the wall, and he makes the catch for out number 2.
Got under just a touch there. Really good swing by Webb Watson. Lifts that one to right.
First baseman Harrison Richmond.
An easy play for the Pirate defense.
Boy, that's a ball that Watson just missed, too. It was a curveball. He just got under it a little too much. Middleton's curveball's been tough. He hasn't hung very many of them. It's got that bite, and it's tough to really square up. So it'll be up to Harrison Richmond if the Mustangs are going to do any damage in the third. Richmond struck out swinging his first time up. The future Henderson State ready down in Arkadelphia. You see Middleton change his arm slot a little bit there.
Drop it down, second time through the lineup, especially the teeth of the lineup. Here we go, 1, 2, 3 in this inning. Just trying to change the view.
1-1 fastball sawed him off. Right to the shortstop. Ryan Wrinkles makes the catch. And the Mustangs go in order in the third. To the fourth we go. You're watching the 3A state title game from Bear Stadium.
When you choose Conway Regional, you're choosing a healthcare partner rooted in your community. With 9 primary care locations in 5 counties, we believe in building lasting relationships centered on trust and personalized care. Let our family care for yours.
Looks like we have some new help in the marketing department.
Action! Hi, I'm Susie. I row with Everett Buick GMC. I think you need to work on your line better. How about you do it? Family owned, customer friendly. Family owned, no friendly. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at Alcoa exit. But look, everybody!
1, 2, 3, turn up! Whoa. It's going up in here! Let's go!
Arkansas PBS likes to celebrate the success not on the field but also off the field. And today's ARPBS Student All-Star is Landon Martin from Elkins. The center fielder and pitcher from Northwest Arkansas, the junior, 3.875 GPA. He hopes to become an electrician and pursue a collegiate baseball or football scholarship. So congratulations to Landon Martin, today's Arkansas PBS Student All-Star.
Well, the Mustangs trailing 4-0. The Pirates' big 4-run second inning has been all the scoring, but thus far it's held up. As Caleb Cook's back out for his 4th inning of work. The Pirates will send up 8-9-1. Glenborg brothers and Whitehead top of the lineup. Glenborg reached on an error. His first time up, but he lines a base hit to center field with the very first pitch he sees to begin the 4th.
It's worked for the first 3 innings, so why change your approach here in the 4th? Just a first pitch swinging for Gosnell, and Glenborg's on with his base knock of the afternoon.
And then he's rewarded over at first with, I guess, is that a little gummy? Little treat every time you get on base. And they're going to have another visit with Caleb Cook on the bump. And that might be all she wrote for Caleb Cook. Mustangs making a switch. They trail 4-0. We'll step aside, tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
During the past year, we've been traversing the natural state with our cinematic drone from lakes and rivers, waterfalls, scenic byways, mountains, swamps, overlooks, and towering rock formations. This unique documentation of all 4 seasons from all 4 corners of the state with an aerial cinematic perspective will give you, the viewer, an Arkansas adventure like never before, exploring Arkansas from above.
Download the PBS video app or watch online.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
1, 2, 3, turn up! Whoa. It's going up in here! Let's go!
Arkansas PBS needs to add 2,500 new members by June 30th. If we succeed, we receive a gift of $45,000. We are just over halfway there, but with less than 2 months remaining, we need your help. If you're already a member, thank you. If you're not, your donation moves us one step closer to that $45,000 gift. Visit myarkansaspbs.org and donate today.
Looks like we have some new help in the marketing department.
on. Hi, I'm Susie. I row with Everett Buick GMC. I think you need to work on your line better. How about you do it? Family owned, customer friendly. Family owned, dog friendly. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at Alcoa exit. Buckle up, everybody.
We never gonna stop.
The Mustangs have headed to the bullpen. Grayson Wilson, the new pitcher for CAC. And Bobby, he's got some really good numbers.
Really good numbers, as you might expect from an SEC commit on the football field as a quarterback. This 17 innings of work, though, again, got the late start because of the basketball season, but 26 strikeouts in those 17 innings of work. More importantly, has only walked one. He's got really good stuff. He attacks the zone, so he's going to make Gosnell be aggressive at the plate.
We'll have a defensive substitution moving around as well. Jaden Rice move out to center field, moving away from left field. 1 ball, 1 strike to Blake Brothers, struck out swinging against Caleb Cook his first time around. And here's the deal, really, Cook did not pitch poorly that second inning, the error that caused the inning to continue. They had to make the switch. I think Coach Cruz, it's a shorter leash in a state title game. You don't have room for error, and wasn't Cook's fault necessarily.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, the 4 unearned runs, it's really frustrating, but just too many base runners allowed, and that's the one thing. 5 hits through the first 3 innings of work. Obviously, some change here in the 4th inning, but you can't afford to fall any deeper into a 4-0 hole than you are, and that's why you make the change.
Brothers, a nice bunt to the left side of the infield. Going to be a tough play. Threw it away. Sargent couldn't make it cleanly. The error's going to give the Pirates 2 runners in scoring position. He had time coming in, did Sargent, but the throw was wide of the bag at first, and the Pirates putting pressure on again.
Yeah, that's going to be a really tough play anyway. Nice job to get the bunt down, force the pitcher or the third baseman to make that play is what you want. Really nicely done by Brothers, and it's going to be a tough throw anyway, and that one sails from him, goes arm side, and can't stay on the bag, can't make the play. Sometimes as a first baseman, you want that out so badly, but sometimes you just got to give it up, come off the bag, make the play so the runners don't advance even further. Can't get the job done there. Now another error against CAC, has 2 more in scoring position for the Pirates.
Yeah, top of the lineup too. Here's the guy who made him pay earlier, Connor Whitehead, a 2-run double off towards the left center field wall. He's got a chance with nobody out to do some damage even further. And here's the deal. He didn't have to get a base hit. He hits a deep fly ball. It does the job.
And still nobody out here in the 4th, so a lot of chances here for Gosnell to add to their already 4-run lead.
This is a big spot for Wilson. Really, for CAC, it's been the miscues that have started to pile up. The error at third, the error at short earlier that allowed 4 runs to cross, and now Wilson's going to have to settle in and find a way to work out of some trouble. And it's against the better part of the lineup, too.
State championship games and the atmosphere and the emotions do crazy things to anybody at any level. You play for a title, the nerves kind of get to you. CAC, a much better defensive team than they're showing so far today.
2-1 sails just inside. Not a bad miss from Wilson. Didn't get the call. So now if you're Whitehead in a 3-1 count, you're sitting dead red fastball, and if it's there, you're going to swing away.
And Wilson's only issued 1 free pass all season long, so look for a pitch to hit.
That might have been a pitch to hit right there, but Whitehead takes it for strike 2.
You're not going to get much of a better pitch than that. Obviously, he was taken all the way. So I'd be hacking. And then again, I struck out a bunch. So.
Well, if you get one good chance, the 3-1 pitch is one to do it. Wilson trying to battle back. The 3-2 pitch. It's skied into deep left center field. Center fielder coming over. That's Rice. He'll make the catch. It'll be deep enough. They'll send the runner home. He will score on the sacrifice. And Whitehead does the job again, his 3rd RBI of the game, and the Pirates up 5-0.
And just do a job. That's all you have to do. Put the ball in play, lift it out to the outfield, and that was deep enough to allow Glintberg to scamper home and score and make it a 5-0 lead for the Pirates.
How about Wilson, though, coming back? His command is good. 3-1 count, and he comes back and gets him. Really nice job on the tag.
It's really good coaching there. You can see Coach Aaron Cooch right there letting him know when to go, because you know that fly ball is deep enough. You don't have to time it perfectly. Make sure they make the play. You don't want to give up a cheap out at home as the runner leaving early.
So now Chad Stewart, the Pirates catcher, steps in 0 for 1 today. He grounded into a double play, and he also walked. Gets a big swing and miss coming up empty. He's 0-2 now in the count. Boy, if you're CAC and Wilson, keeping it a 5-0 game you feel like would be a win. Still 2 more outs to go. Trying to get Stewart on that high up and in fastball, a little chin music. Moves him off the plate, usually a setup pitch.
Get the eye level up around the ear hole, if you will, and then try to break off a breaking ball down at the knees.
He does go breaking ball. That one stayed up, outer part of the plate, little up as well, 2-2. Pirates trying to add to the 5-0 lead. Brothers over at second. The 2-2's high. It's 3-2. And for a guy who only has 1 walk on the year, if you're Stewart, you got to think he's going to come over the zone.
Got to be aggressive here. Find a way to move that runner over. But Wilson's been pounding the zone all season.
Payoff pitch. The command is right there for Wilson. Every time he's had that 3-0 count, 3-1, whatever it is, 3-ball count, he finds a way to find the zone.
That's a luxury to have. Of course, it's not a luxury when you're down 5-0, but when you've got a pitcher you know can put it over the plate and not worry about those free passes, that takes a lot of those hairs you have as a head coach and keeps them from turning gray.
The payoff. That one's popped into right center field. Now more straightaway right field. Webb Watson makes the catch, and staying put at second base will be Blake Brothers. Wilson getting the out. Boy, you gotta, I know it's a totally different arm slot, but to see his accuracy throwing as a pitcher, you gotta feel good if you're a Razorback football fan that he's got some really elite accuracy.
If you've seen Grayson Wilson play football, you know he can spin it. I had I'll call it the pleasure of watching him play a couple times last year, including the quarterfinals matchup against Elkins, in which they lost. But he can throw the football. He can make all the throws. He's got a big arm. And they're going to issue the free intentional pass to Trent Middleton.
That's not a bad move. Middleton, a guy that can make you pay. Already 1 for 1 today with a 2-run single in the second.
First baseman Casey Newsom.
Casey Newsom stands in. The Pirate first baseman. And on that play, did they just pull a double steal before the pitch was thrown?
No, so it's an intentional walk and the courtesy runner coming on.
So here's Newsom. And the first pitch is a little bit low for ball 1. Newsom 1 for 2 today. He singled his first time up, grounded back to the pitcher. His second time through.
Middleton had been locked in back-to-back singles in his first 2 plate appearances. First base was open. I like the idea of just going ahead and issuing that free pass.
Now Newsom fouls that one off. Yeah, you're able to play with the odds a little bit better. No slouches Newsom, but Middleton's red hot right now. You don't want him to be the one to make you pay.
Sometimes it just takes a little extra pressure off your defense to force it to any base.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't have to make that long throw across the diamond.
So it just makes sense when you got a guy like him and the way it sets up for your defense. Curveball swing and a miss from Newsom, and Wilson's ahead 1-2. Chase Perkins would bat if Newsom can find a way to reach. We'll have time requested by Newsom at the plate. Wilson was taking too much time. Big pitch here in the ballgame. The 1-2, runners on the move. The fastball is just low, and I really think, Bobby, it's the way the catcher caught that. Otis looked a little fooled, couldn't quite frame that, and I think that's why he didn't get the call.
You're exactly right, and I also think that the catcher thought that was going to be strike 3. That's why he didn't try to make the play down to third, but now runners at second and third for Gosnell, and more rough waters, if you will, for CAC and their pitching staff.
Newsom a chance right now. A big base hit could make it 7-0. And in the way this game's going, Wilson and company need to keep those base runners right where they're at. 2-2 sawed him off to the shortstop. Welsh on the move. The throw is on the money. Nice play from Welsh coming in, and they strand the runners at second and third. But the Pirates add one. They're up 5-0. As CAC comes to bat, looking for their first hit. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Southern Loft is a proud sponsor of Arkansas PBS. It is our mission to tell your story by adding color with our furniture. And that's why Southern Loft is a different kind of furniture store. For more information, go to mysouthernloft.com.
I'll do whatever it takes to protect my family, and part of taking care of them is using a bank that takes care of us. That's why I use Centennial Bank, a strong institution for an uncertain economy. I know them and I trust them. They have a strong financial foundation, which means that my money and our future is never in doubt. Life is busy, and there's plenty of things to worry about. My bank isn't one of them.
Centennial Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We never gonna stop.
Southern Loft is a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports and our Arkansas student athletes. They're located at 3155 North College Avenue, Suite 102 in Fayetteville. Southern Loft, a different kind of furniture store. For more info, visit mysouthernloft.com.
Well, CAC has had base runners in the first and second innings. They went in order. In the bottom of the third is Trent Middleton back out for his fourth inning of work. He'll face Sargent, Bangenheimer, and Welsh. Caleb Cook, the starting pitcher today's matchup for CAC. He'll bat if anyone reaches. Gosnell Pirates up 5-0. Middleton's pitching so far, he's been brilliant. Only given up a couple of base runners, one in the first, two in the second inning, all on walks. Sargent struck out his first time up against Middleton, stands in 0 for 1. Fouls off the fastball to even the count.
If you're looking for a chink in the armor for Middleton, you're going to be looking for a while. You have to really only point to the 3 free passes that he's issued. But other than that, he's been really effective. His defense has been equally as good behind him.
Tries to snap off the curveball, but he leaves it up and away, a hitter's count. You know, there's a couple of notable graduates from CAC that we need to mention, and one of those is a very well-known A.J. Burnett. He won back-to-back state titles in the 90s. For the Mustangs, they've had a few others. Andrew Davey, a part of the 01 title team. Adam Harbin. And then some more of recent. Carson Richard. Did you see this fastball stay up? A good check swing. Rhett James, Davis Gatling, Tanner Kirby, as well as Jack Thomas, Joey Penny, and Travis Byrne, among others. Those are a few that have laid the foundation for the Mustangs and have led them. And it's a pretty good program they've got.
If you're looking for less notable, Kyle Sutherland, who called a softball game yesterday for us, so shout out to Kyle. That's CAC right. Product.
There's a pop-up foul. There's also a Cooper McDaniel playing JUCO ball.
How good was A.J. Burnett?
Sheesh.
In the big leagues.
Oh my goodness. He's got to be the most notable.
No doubt.
Graduate from CAC. Elite stuff. Payoff pitch from Middleton. Another walk. You're right. If there's one dink on Middleton, it's the 4 free passes. But here's the problem. CAC's not been able to make him pay.
Got to find a way to start putting the ball in play. If you're CAC, 5 strikeouts, 4 walks. And have a mound visit here trying to settle him down, because the one thing you can't do with a 5-0 lead is start issuing free base runners.
That'll drive a coach crazy. Middleton thus far has looked really good, but you don't want to give up the leadoff walk. All of his free passes have been with at least 1 out or more. As you take a look there at the bullpen, no one's stirring at the moment. But likely for Gosnell, Ryan Wrinkles would be the man they'd call upon when they feel like Middleton's day is done. I I'm sure Coach Cooch and company's hoping that doesn't come at all today.
It's still at 58 pitches, so he's got a lot of bullets left in the chamber. Just have to really get back in the zone. When you have a 5-0 lead, be aggressive as a pitcher. And that's easier said than done from our broadcast booth. Let's make this CAC team that hasn't been able to get anything going offensively to beat you, not beat yourselves by issuing those free passes.
Well, statistically speaking, it's up near the 70th percentile that runners that reach as a leadoff hitter via the walk or hit my pitch come around to score. So statistically, it's good. Jack Bingenheimer's hoping to do a job here and find a way to move a runner up. That ball's in the dirt, heading to second base, and he'll move up on the offline throw. Kate Sargent's in scoring position.
A wild pitch allows Sargent to move up, and you mentioned the number of free base runners to start an inning that come around to score. You're not helping your cause there. That one down in the artificial dirt. It allows you to get up an extra 90 feet, and as my hero, Ron Burgundy, once said, 60% of the time it works every time.
Oh, I love that. 2-0 pitch to Bingenheimer's low, and here's the deal. You know, if you throw that previous pitch in the turf with nobody on it, doesn't come back to hurt you, but when there's runners aboard, it does, so it changes things a little bit in how you pitch, and now you fall behind 3-0. Middleton's in danger of putting 2 aboard via the free pass. He gets the strike to run to 3-1. If you're Bingenheimer here, you know that Middleton's struggling a little bit, but I'm sitting fastball, middle in, somewhere over the belt of the plate and drive it.
Yeah, you look for one pitch in one spot, and if you don't like what you see, you can go ahead and take one and live to fight another pitch.
You certainly don't want to take a hack at any of Middleton's go-to pitches. Bingenheimer digs in. Middleton gets the inside corner for strike 2. That was a pitcher's pitch.
It was. You want that call as a battery. If you're a pitcher and a catcher, you want to get that call every time. But if you're Jack Bingenheimer, you probably don't enjoy that one.
He did not enjoy it, and he also wants a little time to reset. He'll have a payoff pitch. Mustangs need base runners. Just about halfway through the 3A state title game. And Middleton lost him. Bingenheimer, a great at bat. Back-to-back walks to begin the 4th, and the Mustangs have their best chance of the game to get on the board.
Sometimes when you have a 5-0 lead, you loosen up and you can be more aggressive. Sometimes you overthink it, especially on the stage. Remember, you're starting to count outs. You're 12 outs away from a state championship. You hope that's not creeping into the mind of Middleton for Gosnell, and you have to find a way to get outs. More importantly, if you give up a run, so be it, but you got to find a way to start getting outs. Can't allow the big inning.
So Mason Welsh, we've talked about this already. He walked his last time up, did a job. He has a couple of errors today defensively. Very uncharacteristic of the Mustangs shortstop, but he's got a big chance for redemption here in this at-bat. Mustangs need base runners. Welsh wanting to work the count. And hey, a good at-bat would also be increasing the pitch count against Middleton. He takes a curveball for a strike. Trent Middleton's bender it's filthy.
It's got a lot of downward movement on it. That's more of a 12-6 than you'll see at this level.
0-1 to Welsh, looping curveball, base hit for Welsh. They're going to hold the runner at third. That's wise. There's no need to run into an out there. That's a pitcher's pitch if I've ever seen one, and Mason Welsh went down and got it. Got a great swing and a base hit.
Yeah, great job to go down and get that breaking ball. He keeps the head on it, barrel through the zone, and just flips it over the shortstop head. Really good look at it there. And the first base hit of the contest for CAC loads the bases and a chance to do some huge damage here for Caleb Cook.
Still nobody out. Bases full of Mustangs. Cook struck out looking his first time up. He'll stand in. A .293 average coming in. Has not had a hit in the state tournament, but boy, he'd love to change that today. Chopper to the left side. Could be 2. Wrinkles to second for 1. To first. Double play. The Pirates. A huge twin killing. And the Mustangs do get a run, but I guarantee you Wrinkles and company will take that double play all day long.
That's a trade that Gosnell will take 10 times out of 10. You give up the run, but you get 2 outs, and a huge pitch there from Middleton gets him to roll over, and the 6-4-3 twin killing, no RBI granted to Cook. And CAC is on the board.
So now Nathan Otis with a runner at third and 2 gone stands in. You know, the bad part too for CAC is that was 1 pitch. It didn't work up Middleton's count either, and so he gets 2 outs on 1 pitch. Doesn't go deep into the count, saves that pitch count. Very unfortunate there for the Mustangs. That's exactly what the doctor ordered for Gosnell.
That's what good pitchers do. They don't worry about the runners on base. They just go out and make their pitch, and that time he got him to roll over on a ground ball.
Nathan Otis getting a heavy dosage of off speed. All 3 have missed out of the zone. Now Grayson Wilson stands in the on-deck circle. He did strike out his last time up, but he is pitching, and he's a pretty good hitter, got some power. Middleton does not want to face Wilson this inning. 3-0 taking all the way was Otis, and it's a strike on the outer half.
Good take there. May even see Otis take another. We talked about a few batters ago. Look for 1 pitch in 1 spot.
A high strike. Oh, Otis didn't think so. He already tossed the bat. A delayed call up and away. That was not Otis's pitch, so he was taking on that regardless, but it just caught the zone.
A tough call there. Of course, Middleton's loving it. So now got a full count. If you're Otis, you're going to forget about that pitch and be aggressive here.
Payoff upstairs. It doesn't matter. Otis draws the free pass. It took 1 pitch extra. There's runners at the corner for Grayson Wilson.
3rd free pass issued of the inning. So Middleton, really his own worst enemy so far in this contest. Now 6 walks issued, 73 pitches through 3 2/3, but he's just 1 pitch away from getting out of this jam here in the 4th.
Boy, what could have been. That double play changed the complexion of the inning thus far. CAC not done yet. A chance to still do some damage. Grayson Wilson will bat 0 for 1. Struck out against Middleton first time up. He's the pitcher out of the bullpen. Came in for Caleb Cook an inning ago. He takes the first one upstairs for ball 1. The way that Middleton's throwing, here at the latter innings, he seemed to ail just a little bit. His pitch count's running up. He's going to have to be more efficient if he's going to complete the whole contest. That one nearly gets away. Nice job by the catcher, Chad Stewart, to keep that one from going backwards. Now, it is a shorter backstop back there. If you're going to score from third base, it usually needs to squirt side to side, left or right of the catcher. But you can score if you get a good jump.
Just have to settle here, settle down if you're Middleton. You can kind of see he's starting to get frustrated with himself a little bit. He's been erratic, effectively wild, if you will, here in the 4th inning. 3 free passes now falling behind 0-2-0 in this count, the count to Wilson. Cannot afford to issue another walk because now you're looking at the top of the order coming up for CAC, if that happens to be the case.
Lane Bourne waiting in the on-deck circle. He wants his 3rd crack at Middleton. Downstairs ball 3, and now Middleton's in danger of loading the bases once again. Wilson taking all the way right here. I'd be shocked if he got any kind of green light. Middleton 3-0, can't locate, misses upstairs. The 7th walk of the game, and the tying run will come to the plate in the form of Lane Bourne.
Yeah, 4 walks in an inning is never going to be a recipe for success for Gosnell or for any team, and now Middleton's going to see if he's going to stay in this contest. We have another mound visit. Maybe the fatigue or the moment's a little too much for the starting pitcher for the Pirates. Sometimes you just lose location.
Middleton visibly frustrated on that 3-0 miss. And I think that We are going to see a switch. Middleton's day is done. CAC get a chance with 2 outs to do some damage. We'll tell you about the new pitcher on the other side of the break.
Arkansas PBS needs to add 2,500 new members by June 30th. If we succeed, we receive a gift of $45,000. We are just over halfway there, but with less than 2 months remaining, we need your help. If you're already a member, thank you. If you're not, your donation moves us one step closer to that $45,000 gift. Visit myarkansaspbs.org and donate today.
Looks like we have some new help in the marketing department.
Action! Hi, I'm Susie. I row with Everett Buick GMC. I think you need to work on your line better. How about you do it? Family owned, customer friendly. Family owned, no friendly. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at Alcoa exit. Buckle up, everybody!
We never gonna stop. We never gonna stop.
What makes a dairy bar different from other food establishments? Here in Arkansas, it describes a whole selection of restaurants we love. It's a location that serves ice cream, burgers, or hot dogs, some having been in existence 50 years or more. Come travel with me on a culinary itinerary of Arkansas dairy bars.
Download the PBS video app or watch online.
I'll do whatever it takes to protect.
So now both teams have headed to the bullpen. Gosnell Pirates head to their shortstop, turned closer, Ryan Wrinkles. Coming in probably a little bit earlier than Coach Cooch would like, but he's coming in a high-pressure situation. Bases loaded for CAC, tying run at the plate in the form of Lane Bourne.
Perfect world, Ryan Wrinkles will be taking the ball at the top of the 5th inning with nobody on, nobody out, but he doesn't have that luxury. Bases loaded, all 3 via the walk. And now the CAC Mustangs have a chance to make this game really, really interesting, but Wrinkles needs just 1 pitch to shut this thing down.
So Lane Bourne will step in. The top third of the lineup against Middleton was 0 for 5 with a walk. So he had their number. You know they're due, and they're wanting to do some damage against Wrinkles. Coming in this high-pressure situation, and the first pitch dips below the knees on the fastball. Lane Bourne gets ahead.
And if you're CAC, you're not going to change the approach. You stay patient, make him throw strikes. You never know how a reliever is going to handle the moment, especially with the state championship riding in the balance.
Base is full of Mustangs. 1-0 from Wrinkles. Downstairs again. You see the instruction that he's getting from his catcher, Chad Stewart, just telling him to bring it up just a little bit. No place to put Lane Bourne. Well, they played Bourne pretty deep out there in right field, swung around in center as well. 2-0 takes a little bit off that, does Wrinkles, and he finds a strike on the outer half.
Big pitch there for Wrinkles. That's a must-have. You can't afford to fall behind 3-0. So now you can keep your full repertoire of pitches.
Well, I didn't know you spoke French.
I know 1 word.
2 balls, 1 strike. Fastball or off speed perhaps. Dips low again. 3-1. And Wrinkles no place to put Lane Bourne.
Wouldn't be surprised if Bourne gets the take sign here as well.
The CAC faithful coming to their feet a little bit. Big pitch in this context. Wrinkles got to find the zone. Bourne, the 3-1. Line drive, center field. It's going to be caught on the run in from Perkins. And the Pirates escape in the 4th. 5-1, Gosnell leads. They work around trouble to the 5th. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Vaping costs over $1,500 a year. So if you vape, there goes that new gaming system. Or that new mountain bike. Escape the vape. Learn more about the hazards of vaping at projectpreventar.org.
Attention sports enthusiasts. Get ready to be amazed by Summerwood Sports Complex, the new state-of-the-art facility in Bryant. Our facility offers up to 4 courts spread across 2 spacious gyms, conveniently located off Interstate 30 in Bryant. Whether you're a team seeking tournament glory or an individual looking to elevate your skills, Summerwood Sports has got you covered. Discover more about our cutting-edge facility and check availability at summerwoodsports.com.
Let's take a look at how we got to this point. The Pirates put up a big spot in the second.
Sometimes the defense let you down, and CAC's error allowed 4 unearned runs to score in that second inning. They jumped out to a 4-0 lead in the big blow. The 2-run double by Connor Whitehead opened the floodgates, and then tack on one more in the 4th inning and built a 5-0 lead, did the Pirates. But CAC hung around, and finally able to scratch one across in the last half inning thanks to the walk. But this twin killing was huge for the Pirates to limit the damage and again get that line out to close the inning, leave the bases loaded for the Mustangs. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're unlucky, and that time for CAC, a ball hit on the nose by Lane Bourne, but right to the center fielder and left the sacks packed as we head to the 5th.
So it'll be Chase Perkins to lead things off. He's the man that made the catch out there at center field. That ball was diving quickly. Bourne made a bid to end the 4th inning, but Perkins, a great read. He was swung around towards right center a little bit, so had to come a long ways. He'll lead things off 0 for 2 today with a couple of flyouts. Wilson out for his 2nd inning of work. Boy, CAC's had their opportunities, Bobby. They've just not been able to capitalize. Perkins seeing a single as he grounds that one into center field to lead off the inning.
About to make the comment that CAC really needs a quick inning. They've only had one go 1, 2, 3, and that time Perkins just sends that one right back up the middle. A liner ticks off the pitcher's mound, and Gosnell's got the leadoff man on.
Well, we talked about how in their warm-ups, what they've done ever since the regional tournament coming on, they won't go to a Walmart parking lot and they hit wiffle balls. They don't do any batting practice. That's what they've done. They have also been eating McDonald's. They're doing the same things that they've always done, and so far it's paying off. That base hit by Perkins, no problem.
Yeah, whatever their recipe and their pregame routine is in the postseason, certainly keep that going. The run of beating Harmony Grove, Harding Academy, and Rivercrest in the state tournament. It's difficult to do.
Jenkins hits a ground ball to second. Could be 2. They turn it quickly. 4-6-3. Bourne to Welsh to Richmond. And the leadoff single's erased.
Really nice turn there by the Mustang defense. They've had a couple miscues up the middle, but that one was executed perfectly. And as you just executed, 4-6-3 and a twin killer.
To talk about wanting a 1-2-3 inning, Wilson can face the minimum to get Ryan Wrinkles, and delivers the first pitch fastball, swing and a miss. Well, we got a moment. Let's take a look at some Gosnell notable graduates. Ryan Humphrey, a part of the 05-06 team, and then Cooper Pieri from May State. That one's popped up, foul ground. Will it stay in play? Wilson up against the netting, tried to make a very athletic play.
So a dangerous play, but you love the aggressiveness. But sometimes you've got to save the body.
Yeah, try to tell him that, though, right?
It's a big moment and big stage. He tries to lay out right into the netting. Luckily, he looks like he's okay.
So we'll do it again, 0-2 count. The other notable Gosnell graduate, Jeremy Parnell, NFL football player. Swing and a miss. Wilson gets the K to end the frame, and Bobby, he faced the minimum. Much needed for the Mustangs. Their bats coming up in the bottom of the 5th. Got work to do as they trail by 4. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Many people will experience orthopedic or spine issues in their lifetime, and the pain that goes along with that can make you feel, well, like a shadow of yourself. At the new Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, we're dedicated to providing Arkansans with a brighter future they deserve.
After years of dealing with extreme pain, thanks to visiting UAMS Health, I'm able to do things physically that I never thought I'd be able to do again.
Choose UAMS Health for a better state of health.
Want to see even more Arkansas stories? Subscribe to Arkansas PBS on YouTube for original productions, extras from your favorite local programs, behind-the-scenes videos, and our exclusive coverage of high school sports. All available on demand and all Arkansas made. Don't miss out on more great Arkansas stories. Subscribe now.
If you want a copy of this or any of the other state championship games from this weekend, go to mmproductions.net. Place your order. Baseball, basketball, football, they're all there. Softball action as well. 2 more softball championships on the line later this afternoon across campus with the newly named Natalie Shock Stadium.
Over at the Shock. It's got a nice ring to it.
From one of the championship games last year. I believe that's the next game up on the schedule. Yep. I'm not supposed to talk about it until after this game's over, but Riverside Mansfield coming up at 1 o'clock.
That's right. It'll be a good 2A matchup.
2 really, really good teams. Mansfield, volleyball state champs, runner-up in basketball and girls sides. And now they're in the softball finals. They're trying for the trifecta.
That's so difficult to do, but it's very indicative of the kind of athletic program you got going.
Yeah.
5-1 here at Bear Stadium. Glad you're with us. JB Brazil alongside Bobby Swafford and the rest of our Arkansas PBS sports crew. Mustangs 9 outs with which to work. Webb Watson, the 2-hole hitter, leads things off. He's 0 for 1 with a walk, and he pops this one up in foul ground. Third baseman Jenkins got plenty of room, and the leadoff man is gone to begin the 5th.
It's a big out for Wrinkles, who's coming in now for the 2nd inning of work, able to get the out. The only batter he faced in the bottom of the 4th, and now you get the 2-hole hitter, the best bat in the lineup for CAC to go first pitch swinging, and an easy pop fly on the infield.
Yeah, Webb Watson now, he's reached safely in 11 straight games, but he's been on a 5-game hitting streak, 8 of 11 coming into this state tournament. He's 0 for 2 today. Very uncharacteristic. But it just goes to show you the pitching for Gosnell. That's what's got them here. They continued it today. Won a lot of slow-scoring games. Harrison Richmond 0 for 2 standing in, struck out and lined out. Oh, like a little Johnny Cueto action there from Ryan Wrinkles. Little hitch in his step. It's not a balk.
Continued the movements or the momentum towards the plate, the double knee pump. Don't see that very often.
1-0, opposite field, loop to left, that'll drop. Second base hit of the game for CAC, and Harry Richmond is aboard with 1 out.
Nice piece of hitting for the first baseman from CAC. Just takes that one the other way, flips the wrist out there, dumps it in the left field, a 1-out base runner.
Really nice job by Richmond. Good piece of hitting, going down to get it opposite field. That's where you're not trying to do too much, just try to barrel it. And he's aboard for Cade Sargent, 0 for 1 today with a walk. Sargent led off the last inning. That was an inning where the Mustangs had bases loaded, nobody out, but only able to get 1 run across. The first pitch here, driven to left field, could be trouble. Brothers going back, it's over his head. Extra bases. They're going to wave home the runner from third. Richmond will score on the 2-bagger from Sargent, and the Mustangs add another as they've cut the deficit to 3.
That one was touched by Sargent. That gets out a lot of high school ballparks. Not today here, though, at UCA. That one clears the left fielder's head by quite a distance, and that by far the hardest hit baseball from CAC's offense today, and the offense is starting to get it going for the Mustangs.
You're right, that ball was tagged. Blake Brothers over his head, was able to cut it off from going to the wall. As he got it in, though, problems from the cutoff man, and that's what allowed Richmond to come around and score. Now Jack Bingenheimer stands in, a chance to add to the lead, a runner in scoring position. 0 for 1 today with a ground out to short, and he's walked.
So if you're CAC, you just have to continue to chip away at this, what was a 5-0 deficit. 1 in the 4th, now 1 in the 5th. Another runner in scoring position.
Bingenheimer, a junior, trying to deliver it. He takes it inside, 2-0, a hitter's count. You know, Wrinkles started off this inning getting a very tough out in Webb Watson. Thought he might be cruising. Richmond, an inside out swing to left, and then he just got tagged by Cade Sargent. Now he's falling behind. Bingenheimer fouls it at the plate, a good swing.
Frustration there from the left-handed hitting Bingenheimer. He knows he missed one. That one was down and in. That's where he was looking. He just got a piece of it.
Wrinkles still got to be careful with a hitter's count to Bingenheimer. Sargent's at second with an RBI double. That one's bounced. They're going to try to move the runner to third, and he is toast. That one looked like it was going to bounce away. Sargent runs into the second out of the inning at third. A tough break for CAC, and they run into an out.
It's a little bit of indecisiveness there from Cade Sargent on whether to go. Catcher couldn't locate the baseball right at the first. You got to take off as soon as you think about it. And that one extra hop in there, and he was dead to rights as soon as the catcher for Gosnell located the baseball and gunned him down by a good 6 to 8 feet.
Well, Bobby, we've seen it time and time again. Mustangs this game have shot themselves in the foot too many times, it seems.
It really has. I mean, you cannot afford to give up base runners, especially once you get them in scoring position. You can't afford to give teams extra outs at the plate. CAC's done that with a couple errors. You don't have to play perfect baseball, but sometimes you got to play pretty close to it if you want to win a state championship.
They're running out of room. Still 7 outs with which to work. The payoff misses up and away, so Bingenheimer draws the walk. 8th free pass of the game thus far by Pirate pitching.
And Gosnell's not been perfect either, though. But they've made some big plays to kind of counteract the fact that you just mentioned the 8 walks that they've issued.
I think if you go back in this game, regardless of who wins, CAC realizes that the errors, the base running miscues, the double play with the bases loaded. I mean, you can't fault Cook. That's good pitching, but there's been opportunities out there that CAC have not been able to capitalize on.
Yeah, no doubt about that. You've got to take advantage more times than not. And that's the difference between good teams and great teams and even championship teams. If you get the opportunity, because they're not always going to come around, you get a runner at second and third, you get runners at first and second, you got to be able to move them around, move them in. And if you miss those opportunities, you never know when that next one's going to come.
Well, and to your point, Gosnell got opportunities with an error and miscues, and they made CAC pay. That's what's given them the 5-2 lead. That second inning, if you take away that error, 4 runs are off the board. But Gosnell did a great job of capitalizing, and they have got the 5-2 advantage in the bottom of the 5th. Mason Welsh singled his last time up. He's 1 for 1 with a walk. He's wanting to keep this inning rolling. And he lines this one into right center field. Coming on is Perkins once again. And it finds the glove of the Pirates center fielder. Getting late. Top of the 6th is next. Pirates up 5-2. You're watching the 3A state championship.
Today can be a new beginning.
Bright things ahead, darling. Brightness and joy.
That's genuinely classy.
I just want to be right here in this moment as you.
You set kind of a high bar.
I'm just getting started.
Television will never be the same again.
Magnificent.
For more than 50 years, Arkansas PBS has been a trusted resource. Our high-quality programs are seen by viewers in every corner of our state, making on-air sponsorship a solid investment. Aligning your business with Arkansas PBS offers a powerful blend of community engagement, corporate philanthropy, and cause marketing. And our viewers remember and appreciate businesses that support our programs. Contact us today for more information on sponsorship opportunities.
Let me take you for a ride on the baseline.
As the official orthopedics and sports medicine provider for Razorback Athletics, UAMS provides orthopedic care, sports medicine expertise, therapy, and support to athletic programs, organizations, and events across the state. UAMS Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine with conveniently located clinics in Central or Northwest Arkansas.
Welcome to Bear Stadium. We're back for the 6th inning of action. Grayson Wilson on for his 3rd inning of work, and he looked really good an inning ago. Got a single and then a double play ball, strikeout to end that frame. So it'll be 8, 9, and 1. And here's the deal with CAC. As much as they've had their struggles, they're still very much in this thing. The way Wilson pitches, and now that Middleton's out of the ball game for the Pirates. Wrinkles is a good pitcher, don't get me wrong, but you can't count CAC out. They've still got 6 outs with which to work, and a 3-run deficit's not all that large. The Pirates trying to add to the lead, though. There's a tapper to the left side of the infield. Sargent comes in. The throw is high. Did he get the tag? He did. What a play by Harry Richmond at first base. He saves the day, because if he didn't get that tag down, there's another runner aboard and another error.
Yeah, great. Really athletic play by the first baseman, Richmond. He has to elevate to locate the baseball, then have the wherewithal to get the tag on the runner as he's coming through. A huge first out here in the 6th inning.
Boy, he just got that tag down, too. I think that's a really nice call by our first base umpire, Jake Gann, because that's bang, bang, and I think he got the right call.
Still a lot of baseball left to be played, and certainly within striking distance if you're CAC. You got to find a way to keep putting zeros up on the board if you're Grayson Wilson on the mound.
Blake Brothers standing in, 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. He's also reached on an error. Brothers a .295 hitter, 4 for 10 in the state tournament. Extends the zone a little bit. Couldn't connect on the fastball. He's in the hole. Wilson trying to work quickly. The 1-2, waste one up and away. Pirates looking for their first state title since 1990. It'll be their 2nd state title in school history as the 2-2 to Brothers. Ring him up from Grayson Wilson.
A really pretty piece of pitching there from Grayson Wilson. That one just right at the knees, maybe bottom of the zone, and Blake Brothers couldn't get a bat off the shoulder. Good look at it there, some downward movements, but he gets the call.
So now the top of the lineup will be due up for the Pirates. Connor Whitehead is 1 for 2 today with 3 runs driven in. He's been the difference in the game in terms of production for the Pirates. And he gets a big swing and a miss here from Grayson Wilson.
He's certainly done his part. Drove in 3, scored a run, reached base a couple times. Exactly what you want from your leadoff hitter.
0-1 right down Broadway for strike 2.
Wilson is certainly dialed in on the mound.
Working quickly. Mustangs looking for state title number 7. They got work to do, though. It'll be their first state title since 2009, over a decade. Still anyone's ball game here in the top of the 6th. Wilson trying to get the leadoff, or the top of the lineup, Whitehead, and he misses down and away.
CAC no stranger to playing in this championship game, though. Their 11th appearance, all since 1990. 10 of those since 94.
1-2, that one's ripped, but a nice catch at third. What a play from Cade Sargent to end the frame. Mustangs work another 1-2-3 inning to the bottom of the 6th. They trail 5-2. We're back in just a moment. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
We are so lucky to count on you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
It's really terribly kind of you.
We are just, beyond grateful for the support that we get.
I'll always be so grateful for everything you did for me.
This is one thankful count.
the past year, we've been traversing the natural state with our cinematic drone from lakes and rivers, waterfalls, scenic byways, mountains, swamps, overlooks, and towering rock formations. This unique documentation of all 4 seasons from all 4 corners of the state with an aerial cinematic perspective will give you, the viewer, an Arkansas adventure like never before, exploring Arkansas from above.
Download the PBS Video app or watch online.
1, 2, 3, turn it up! Whoa. What's going on in here? Let's go!
Legion Scaffold is a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports, located at 1021 Hemlock Street in North Little Rock. Just visit them at legionscaffold.com for more information.
Ryan Wrinkles out for a second full inning of work. He'll face 7, 8, 9. Caleb Cook, Nathan Otis, and Grayson Wilson. Lane Bourne bats if anybody reaches. Pirates on top by 3 currently. But you know, as the later this game goes along, those outs become harder and harder to get.
Again, just have to continue to chip away. CAC's plated 1 in each of the last 2 innings. You feel like they need to at least push 1 across here. They want a chance to have a realistic battle in the 9th, or excuse me, the 7th inning. But also, we've seen some crazy things happen this week. We saw 5 runs pushed across in the top half of the 7th inning yesterday to have a chance. So CAC still plenty of opportunities with 6 outs to live.
Cook 0 for 2 with an RBI. He struck out looking his first time up and then grounded into a 6-4-3 double play that drove in the Mustangs' first run of the game. Wrinkles is the Pirates' closer. We talked about him throughout this broadcast, Bobby. He's closed out some big games, the Rivercrest and Harding Academy wins. He's faced some good offenses, but this might be one of the best ones he'll face all year. 1-1, skied into center field. Perkins, who's had plenty of action, is there for out number 1.
Big start to the inning for Wrinkles to get Cook to fly out to shallow center field. And now just 5 outs. If you're Gosnell, it's too early to be counting them, but we'll do it for him. I can count back from 6.
It's not too many to keep up with, right?
I don't take my socks off anymore.
Here's Nathan Otis. He's reached safely in both plate appearances today. A walk in the 2nd, a walk in the 4th. It takes a strike to begin the at-bat. He's the only player in the CAC lineup that has reached safely every single time.
Yeah, he doesn't have an official at bat.
That's right.
Back-to-back walks.
Strike 2. Called on the outer half there on that curveball. Yeah, Otis is a guy, really this whole CAC lineup, only 2 hits today thus far.
But they've left 7 runners on base because of all the base on balls.
Otis trying to protect. We'll have to wait. This game in terms of pitching kind of has the feel of that Rogers Harbor game where plenty of opportunities for Rogers as the Harbor pitching staff, a ton of walks. They just weren't able to capitalize. 0-2. Chased one. It gets away from the catcher. They're going to have to hurry to get him at first. It gets away from the first baseman. Otis will reach on the swing and miss strikeout, and now he's 3 for 3 as he's reached safely all 3 times.
Yeah, kind of an odd play there. It swings on one well out of the zone, but it gets away from the catcher all the way to the backstop. Couldn't recognize the location of the baseball right away, and his throw may not have been in time either way, but it goes through the 5-hole of the first baseman. And now Nathan Otis reaches with 1 out.
So they'll bring Jason Hunt on as a courtesy runner. If that throw was good from the catcher, I think it would have beat him at first base, but it went between the legs.
Right in the wickets. It's good in croquet or hockey, not so good in baseball.
Yeah, it doesn't do much good in this game, does it?
Wasn't expecting to have a croquet reference today, but here we are.
Yeah, I didn't have that on my bingo card either. But here's Grayson Wilson. He's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout and a walk. And he grounds this one to third. Could be 2. They go to second for 1. Wilson's speed beats it out at first. It wasn't the smoothest turn, but the Pirates did what they needed to do and get the lead out. That was most important.
Yeah, I'm not going to call it a lazy throw, but an easy throw from third on the first part of that relay. But more importantly, they got the out. And that's what if you're Gosnell, you're making sure you at least secure the out. And so they get the force at second, and Wilson's speed able to beat the throw coming back from first.
Yeah, that certainly was a smooth, quick transition throw to second base. And really, as a coach, you like that. A lot of times you see guys try to get in too much of a hurry. They sling it across, and then it becomes disastrous.
Yeah. The most important thing for the Pirates is make sure you record outs. You can give up an extra base runner. What you can't do is not get anybody out on that play.
That's right. Especially when they got the opportunities. CAC with 4 outs with which to work. Lane Bourne standing in. He is 0 for 3 today. Mustangs will have the right guys coming up again. But they are running out of outs. 0-1 is a bender for a strike, and Ryan Wrinkles is looking good.
That's the beauty of a pitch there, right at the bottom of the zone. Not much you can do with it if you're Lane Bourne.
Wrinkles trying to get out of this inning unscathed. The senior with an 0-2 pitch to Lane Bourne just outside. A nice take by the Mustangs, top of the lineup. Wrinkles going to take a look over at first base and check on Grayson Wilson. Actually, it'll be a courtesy runner for Wilson. That's Jake Overstreet who came in as a courtesy runner for Wilson. 1-2. Curveball hit sharply, but right to the shortstop. He'll step on the bag himself. The out recorded by Middleton. And Gosnell works through that with no problems. We head to the 7th. The Pirates trying to add some insurance. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
I need you to see something. So pleased to hear that.
Finally, some good news. Some people spend a lifetime trying to find someone like you. This is a future we are more than happy to embrace.
I've never felt a love so strong in my entire life.
I promise you, this is something that they're not going to be able to ignore.
We loved it.
Want to see even more Arkansas stories? Subscribe to Arkansas PBS on YouTube for original productions, extras from your favorite local programs, behind-the-scenes videos, and our exclusive coverage of high school sports. All available on demand and all Arkansas made. Don't miss out on more great Arkansas stories. Subscribe now.
If you want to experience the action all over again, you can do so next week. Just watch the championship games on the PBS app anytime.
Grayson Wilson out to pitch the 7th inning. He's got one job, keep it a 5-2 ball game. 3 runs are going to be hard to come by, but they will have the right guys coming up for CAC. Here to begin the top of the 7th, though, Wilson will face Chad Stewart, Trent Middleton, and Kason Newsom. These are also the right guys up for the Pirates in this inning, and they would love nothing less than adding a couple more runs.
If you're the Pirate fans and faithful watching this game, you're hoping that they bat around, add 4 or 5 more. You don't want to add too much pressure to your squad, but Grayson Wilson tasked with shutting that down here in the 7th. Make sure you have a chance in the bottom half of the inning, down 5-2.
Stewart 0 for 2 today. Grounded into a double play. Lays down a bunt here. That's going to be a tough one. Coming in is Sargent. The barehand throw. It's wide. And Stewart reaches safely, and he'll move to second on the errant throw.
That's a play you just have to eat as a third baseman. It's a perfectly executed bunt by Chad Stewart. And just give up the base runner. You can't afford to make a risky throw, and that one sails over to the first base line. Allows Stewart to pick up an extra 90 feet.
We've seen a couple of bunts laid down by the Pirates, both of them to perfection. That's a base hit all day long. Sargent's playing too far back. He bare hands. That's one that you probably just need to eat.
Yep. There's no point in making that throw. He's on the bag before the baseball even gets to the first baseman. And gets past him, gets all the way over to the fence. And a free trip to second base there for Chad Stewart.
Here's Trent Middleton. One intentional walk in the fourth. They had 2 singles, so he's 2 for 2 today. Takes a big hack there against Grayson Wilson on that curveball.
He was sitting dead red there, and a nice approach there by Wilson to start with the breaking ball. And change the bat speed. Middleton swings through it.
Runner at second base, Stewart. Singled, moved to second on an error. And Middleton on the fastball up and in, fouls it off. If you're Gosnell here, you kind of like the opportunity to at least move the runner. You want the runner to get to third and have one out. Chance to drive him in. Middleton's the guy to do it. The 0-2 pitch, chopped to the left side, deep towards the hole at short. That's going to be a tough play. The throw is strong, and he beat it out at first. The speed from Middleton, a strong throw from Welsh at short, but there's 2 aboard with nobody out for the Pirates.
Yeah, really good job of getting out of the box from Middleton. It was a long throw for the CAC shortstop, and a bang-bang play over there at first. Just puts his head down and trying to beat it out. And does. It was a good call there by the first base umpire.
Well, that was a bang-bang play, but a great look there on our replay crew. We tip our cap to our production. They've done an incredible job all weekend long. We've had a great look at some check swings. Great look there at that bang-bang play. Again, there's no review here in the state title games, but you do get to see the replays there, and it kind of confirms what you're thinking.
That review would have taken all of one play because he clearly got it right.
Runners at first and second now for the cleanup hitter Newsom, trying to bunt, but he can't not do the job, and he's got 2 strikes.
Look real comfortable trying to bunt that breaking ball, so I would imagine he's going to get a heavy dose of breaking balls from Grayson Wilson here now with 2 on and nobody out.
Newsom 1 for 3 today. He singled his first time up, but then a couple of ground outs. Likely not bunting anymore against Wilson. We'll see. Do they give him the bunt? No, he chops it to the left side. Third baseman Sargent's only place to step on the bag. They're going to say it was a foul ball. It was down the line. I think it was just foul, so that's what the call was. Sargent caught it just foul, and they'll do it again. Newsom trying to hang tough. Wilson need a big strikeout. 0-2, chop to the left side. It's hit softly. Welsh's only play is at first, so doing a job is Newsom. It works like a bunt. Runners move to second and third, and 1 out on the ground out, and Perkins and Jenkins will both get chances to drive them in.
Yeah, it's not exactly how you draw it up if you're trying to move runners over, but it does the job indeed. Now 2 in scoring position for Chase Perkins, who singled his last trip to the plate.
And if you're CAC here, it's not the worst idea in the world. We'll have a courtesy runner over at first. That's Ashton Southern, the junior. Be the lead base runner at third. With Perkins and the way he's hitting, it's not a terrible idea to put him aboard and have force play anywhere. Runners at second and third with 1 gone. Perkins swinging at the first pitch, and he pops it up foul. Third base side, up against the dugout. Couldn't make the catch. Was Sargent. Kate Sargent had room, and it just caromed off the glove.
Yeah, he's trying to lean over the railing there right in front of his own dugout. The opening there might have thrown him off just a little bit. He's expecting a little resistance, and you find that one opening and couldn't make the play.
Well, it's been that kind of day for CAC. That's not an easy play, mind you. But boy, an opportunity again that I think Sargent would say that he could have made. Now Perkins with new life. We'll see what he does with it. One to Perkins. Swing and a drive into center field. It'll hang up. Caught by the center fielder. They're going to have to hold the runner back at third, so it's not deep enough to get the run home. Nice job out there in center field.
Thought he might have a chance to score there, but they hold him up at third base, and now second and third with 2 outs. Really nice play to get the ball in quickly by CAC.
That ball was tagged out there in center field. So Wilson gets the out. It'll be all up to Ryland Jenkins if the Pirates are going to add to the 5-2 lead. Jenkins is 0 for 3 today, and he takes that one in the turf for ball 1.
Third baseman Ryland Jenkins.
Looking ahead to the bottom of the 7th. The Mustangs will have the right guys up to try to keep things rolling. They trail 3. They'll need at least 3. It'll be Webb Watson, Harry Richmond, and Cade Sargent. And the 1-0 curveball loops in for a strike to Ryland Jenkins. It's been tough sledding today for CAC. They've ran into some self-inflicted wounds. That one gets away. They're going to try to sneak home the run from third. He dives in safely. The throw gets away. They've got the other runner hung up between third and home. We'll have a little bit of a pickle. And they'll tag him out. The catcher makes the tag, but the pitch that gets away ends up costly. Ashton Southern dives in to score, and the Pirates add 1. They lead it 6-2. The Mustangs down to their final 3 outs. We head to the bottom of the 7th. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Arkansas PBS needs to add 2,500 new members by June 30th. If we succeed, we receive a gift of $45,000. We are just over halfway there, but with less than 2 months remaining, we need your help. If you're already a member, thank you. If you're not, your donation moves us one step closer to that $45,000 gift. Visit myarkansaspbs.org and donate today.
What makes a dairy bar different from other food establishments? Here in Arkansas, it describes a whole selection of restaurants we love. It's a location that serves ice cream, burgers, or hot dogs, some having been in existence 50 years or more. Come travel with me on a culinary itinerary of Arkansas dairy bars.
Download the PBS video app or watch online.
We never gonna stop.
Get your live action photos from the game at myarpbs.org/photos. You can grab free downloads. You can have prints made. It's a great championship keepsake.
Well, Ryan Wrinkles and the Pirates trying to nail things down and win their first state championship since 1990. Would be only their second in school history. It'll all be up to Webb Watson, Harrison Richmond, and Cade Sargent for the Mustangs. They're going to keep things alive. Watson has been limited today. He's 0 for 2 with a walk.
See how aggressive CAC wants to be here. You know, different teams have different approaches when you're down to your final 3 outs, how aggressive you want to be. Do you take a couple pitches to see if you can steal a couple free bases issued by a walk, or do you go up there swinging and try to have the same approach that you would have throughout the rest of the contest?
We'll see what they elect to do. Wrinkles came in relief of Trent Middleton, and he's looked really good. He's closed out wins against Rivercrest and Harding Academy late in the postseason. And he starts out Watson with a high looping curveball for a strike.
You know, Watson's sitting fastball. He's been just under 2 in his last 2 at-bats. Flat out to right, popped one up to third. He's looking fastball. That breaking ball might have caught him off guard.
0-1 curveball fouled off. A similar pitch from the one previous, and Watson's in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that high 12-6 bender. It's got a lot of downward movement on it. The velocity's not really there, so Watson, you really have to slow things down to let that baseball travel.
Watson got to protect. Wrinkles trying to get the strikeout. 0-2. That's a laser. Base hit. Center field. Past the diving shortstop Middleton. And the Mustangs, they're not done yet.
Got to climb a mountain with that first step. If you're going to try to score 4 runs, getting the leadoff man on is a good way to do so. Webb Watson sets the table. And now the heart of the lineup and the chance to start to move him around on that merry-go-round.
Well, I know Watson could care less, but he continues his hit streak, and it gets things rolling for the Mustangs. It'll now bring in Harry Richmond, the Mustang first baseman. He singled his last time up. That was against Wrinkles back in the 5th inning. He'll bat here from the left side. It takes a fastball up and in. Richmond, a 4-year starter. Talked about a Henderson State commit. Going to find his way to Arkadelphia next year. Richmond's uncle played a part of a state title team here for CAC back in his playing days as well. But the Mustangs going to need some magic if they're going to come from behind today. 2-0 misses up and away. 3-0 to the Mustang first baseman.
Don't see any scenario in which Harrison Richmond gets the green light here. You're sitting 3-0, try to earn you a free pass and move Watson in the scoring position.
That's right, base runners are the most important thing right now. Richmond likely taking all the way. 3-0 from Wrinkles. He can't find the zone. A 4-pitch walk. And there's runners at first and second with nobody out.
Again, I've said it time and time again, that's what you cannot afford to do if you're Gosnell. You can't give up free base runners. And now you've got 2 on, nobody out here in the 7th, and now we're going to have a meeting of the minds on the mound.
It's never easy in the final inning. On the defensive side, 3 outs that are oh so difficult to get. Kate Sargent is due up. Sargent's 1 for 2 today. He's doubled, drawn a walk, and he struck out. So the visit on the mound is done. Wrinkles been in plenty of opportunities like this. He's their closer. But I can guarantee you the magnitude of a game like this he's never seen.
It's a high pressure moment. There's certainly no question about it. Even though you've got a 4-run lead, you think you can go out there and play free, not be too concerned about anything, but the nerves and the tension certainly mounts with each and every pitch.
Sargent waits on the first pitch. That one misses upstairs for Wrinkles. And you could see the catcher Stewart once again trying to calm down his pitcher. You see with his hands just telling him to settle down, take a deep breath. That's 5 straight misses from Wrinkles. And that one missed outside. Close, but no cigar, and it's 2-0.
Once you start to lose the command, it's always so difficult as a pitcher to get back into the zone because you start to get in your own head a little bit and you start to got to guide the baseball instead of just throwing.
Likely taking his Sargent. 2-0 pitch. There's a strike. Bottom outer part of the zone. And sometimes all it takes is 1 strike to start feeling it again.
Yeah, you can calm down just a little bit. 2-1 is a very, very different feeling as a pitcher opposed to 3-0 at a count.
Sargent likely digging in for something to drive. 2-1 hit to short. Could be 2. Bobbled by Middleton, and he won't have a play anywhere. Oh, my goodness. We've seen the Mustangs with 3 errors in the game. But But it's the Pirates, a crucial error at short, and they're full of Mustangs.
Trying to go a little too quickly was Middleton. He knows he's got to have a quick turn. That ball not hit all that hard. Doesn't charge it, waits on the baseball, and tries to start that delivery a little too quickly. Gets right through the legs, right underneath the glove, and all of a sudden the bases are loaded for CAC.
This one's certainly full of the dramatics. The tying run will come to the plate now for CAC. Jack Bingenheimer scheduled due up.
We knew this game was far from over. CAC was still within striking distance, and that's why that run of insurance was always so important that the Pirates pushed across in the top half of the inning. But as you just mentioned, the tying run at the plate, more importantly for CAC with nobody out.
Jack Bingenheimer. He's 0 for 1 today. Grounded out to short, but he's walked 2 times. He represents the tying run at the plate. And the first pitch is a curveball upstairs. Bingenheimer, a spot player until about 3 weeks ago. He started the year playing a lot of JV. He came into the lineup because of injuries. Coach said he's always had that next up mentality. This is a huge at bat in his high school career.
Got to sit fastball if you're Bingenheimer. Look for something to hit. His time is called once again.
Boy, you can just feel the nerves on both sides. 3 outs for the Pirates to claim their first state title in a long while. Mustangs haven't won in over a decade as well. 1-0 pitch popped up left field. Could be trouble. In comes Brothers diving. It's the shortstop Middleton with a heck of a play. They're going to try to double him off at second, but they overthrow. They flip and they got him. You've got to be kidding me.
What a play. Ranging out is Middleton, the shortstop, an over-the-shoulder catch. And then they get the force out at second base as the runner's not able to get back. That's a tough spot as a base runner because you think that ball's going to be down. You venture too far off the bag. You're going to try to put yourself in position to score from second base. But again, he ventures off too far, and they get the double play. And what a turn of events here for CAC. Bases loaded, nobody out. Now all of a sudden, 2 down with 1 swing of the bat.
That athletic play from Middleton going over his shoulder into shallow left field. That's not a natural over-the-shoulder catch. It was kind of like a basket catch, diving. Brothers didn't really have a chance on it. He was diving in. If Middleton doesn't make that catch, it changes the whole complexion of this inning.
No question. Umpire is going to discuss things.
Well, how about also Newsom over at first base? When Middleton caught that ball, he had a chance to double him at second. He threw to second, but the throw was a little low. If Newsom doesn't back that up, they don't even have a chance for that double play.
No question. And froze. Really interesting there is the runner at third. Here's a good look at it. He thinks, okay, I'm going to tag up, and he kind of froze there. And he doesn't score on the play. Even on the relay throw back to the bag at second base, he stays put. So not only is the double play turns, but the runners do not advance at third, and the deficit stays at 4.
That's a tough play there on the loop. You think it might drop. That run at third doesn't mean anything anyways, but the runner at second was off well away. He thought that ball was going to drop, and you can't blame him, but the risk was high. And now Gosnell's an out away from their second ever state title in school history. It's all up to Mason Welsh. So the 6-3-4 double play is how they'll score it.
It's funny how the game of baseball can turn with 1 pitch, 1 swing of the bat, and that one goes the complete opposite direction that CAC was hoping for.
The Mustang shortstop, Welsh, takes that one down and away as well. It's 2-0. But, Bob, if that ball drops, likely there's runners at the corners, and it's 6-4. At the very least, You bring the winning run to the plate. Now you're just trying to keep your season alive with 1 out to work. The 2-0's a strike on the inner half to Mason Welsh.
If this score holds up, that's going to be a play that the town of Gosnell is talking about for years to come from Middleton, ranging out over the shoulder, going down to a knee, making that play.
Oh, making up for a ball that likely would have been a double play if he hadn't booted it. Talk about redemption for Middleton, the starting pitcher. And now the Pirates are a strike away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mason Welsh taking a deep breath. Welsh is 1 for 2 today. He's had some big at-bats, but this one comes down to the season. Wrinkles come set. Welsh waits. The 2-2. Strike 3 called, and the Pirates have won their 2nd state title in school history, their first in 34 years. And the Wiffle Ball boys are the last ones standing in Class 3A.
What an amazing 7th inning just to hold their composure for Gosnell. They have the huge 4-run 2nd inning, and they have it stand up. A 3rd seed in the state tournament takes down the 3-time defending state champion, their biggest rival in the semifinals in Rivercrest, and then they take down CAC here in the title game.
It came down to the wire. Drama all around as you get the Gatorade bath for Coach Coots. Well deserved for the Pirates. And they win it 6-2. We will step aside, get you set for the trophy presentation. Final stats. What a game here in Class 3A. It's the Pirates over the Mustangs 6-2. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
Looks like we have some new help in the marketing department.
Action! Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Buick GMC. I think you need to work on your line better. How about you do it? Family-owned, customer-friendly. Family-owned, no friendly. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at Alcoa exit. Buckle up, everybody!
When you choose Conway Regional, you're choosing a healthcare partner rooted in your community. With 9 primary care locations in 5 counties, we believe in building lasting relationships centered on trust and personalized care. Let our family care for yours.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car, to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Southern Loft is a proud sponsor of Arkansas PBS. It is our mission to tell your story by adding color with our furniture. And that's why Southern Loft is a different kind of furniture store. For more information, go to mysouthernloft.com.
I'll do whatever it takes to protect my family. And part of taking care of them is using a bank that takes care of us. That's why I use Centennial Bank, a strong institution for an uncertain economy. I know them and I trust them. They have a strong financial foundation, which means that my money and our future is never in doubt. Life is busy, and there's plenty of things to worry about. My bank isn't one of them.
Centennial Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At the new Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, we're dedicated to providing Arkansans with a brighter future they deserve.
Thanks to UAMS Health, I'm now pain-free, and I'm planning my next big trip.
Vaping costs over $1,500 a year. So if you vape, there goes that new gaming system. Or that new mountain bike. Escape the vape. Learn more about the hazards of vaping at projectpreventar.org.
Attention sports enthusiasts, get ready to be amazed by Summerwood Sports Complex, the new state-of-the-art facility in Bryan. Our facility offers up to 4 courts spread across 2 spacious gyms, conveniently located off Interstate 30 in Bryan. Whether you're a team seeking tournament glory or an individual looking to elevate your skills, Summerwood Sports has got you covered. Discover more about our cutting-edge facility and check availability at summerwoodsports.com.
We never gonna stop.
The Gosnell Pirates on top of the 3A world. A dramatic 7th inning, but the Pirates come on top. They led from the onset and never gave it up. Some adversity in the 7th. The Mustangs made a bid but were denied. Quite honestly, by a large part of the play of Trent Middleton, a huge double play that set things up.
He did it in all 3 phases of the game. He firstly did it on the mound. He did it at the plate, picked up 3 base hits. But that play he made in the 7th inning is phenomenal to go out there and range and make that play.
You see the highlights here. This was a big one for CAC. The deep drive by Kate Sargent that brought in a run on the double. But the 7th inning where things really happened. This is that wild pitch that allowed an insurance run for the Pirates that ended up being pretty big. But here's the play right here, Bobby, that sets things up.
Yeah, Middleton ranging out. This one looks like it's going to fall between the 2 defenders, but Middleton goes out there and makes the play. Then the heads up to go back to second base, even though throw is offline, still plenty of time to get the double play. Instead of 2 runs coming to score because of that effort, he ventures out, makes the play, and turns it into a double play, and then the K looking.
And then the dramatics, the best part of state championship baseball, the dog pile right out in front of home plate, or the mound. JB Brazil back in the booth here with Bobby Swafford. It was a riveting game from start to end. The Pirates just got the best of the Mustangs when it all came down to it.
Sometimes it's all about playing really well at the right time. Now, Gosnell did it all season long. They won 10 of their first 11 games. That got the expectation level there for the Pirates. But the teams that they beat closing down the regular season in the state tournament, you take down 3-time defending state champion Harding. You take down your rival Rivercrest, and they come out and score early, put the pressure on CAC. They look like the better team, and that's why they're taking home the gold trophy.
Well, this one was a lot of fun. There's still more on slate. Game 2 of the afternoon. Due up next, Dorian Kraft and Sidney Parlee. 2 greats on the call for the 2A softball finals. Riverside and Mansfield. Should be a fun one. That comes up here at the top of the hour. Just about 30 minutes away from the beginning of that. So stick around for the games to come, the final day of championship weekend. It's been a fun morning of baseball to get things kicked off and started. And we will see you for the next contest. So for my partner, Bobby Swafford, and the rest of our Arkansas PBS Sports crew, I'm JB Brazil signing off from Conway, Arkansas, with the Pirates knock off the Mustangs 6-2. You've been watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.